Hello and welcome everyone to Esports Factions Rainbow Six Rivals as we head to our first quarterfinal of the day as ATK will face off against MERAKI Gaming in a best of three as we head to Consulate as our first match of the day. We are joined here by Kanye Diffuse, myself, as well as Patrick Fennick. Be sure to check out our links, Twitches and YouTube are linked down below. As well, thank you to NoPing for sponsoring the entire thing. So without further ado, let's head straight into this matchup of Consulate.
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't think we've ever seen ATK within their professional lineup, if I'm not mistaken, play on Consulate, so I'm actually really excited for this one.
I'm trying to think if that's true or not. I might have seen them once here. I can't remember exactly. They may have played once. On here, but I think it's very recent. I'm not sure they've done it in this particular tournament. It might have been in a Saturday Night Siege. But in any case, it's going to be interesting to see what's going on here. Immediately, the thing that pops out to me is that we see the Monty ban come out, which is interesting. Obviously, we saw ATK utilizing that to some pretty devastating effect in recent times. So we've seen that get banned very often when they are in the mix.
Yeah, I mean, Frantic 6 used it to great effect, banning out that Monty, eventually beating them in the African R6 League. So let's see what MERAKI Gaming can do, adapting that strategy, maybe learning from Frantic 6's success against ATK, finally dethroning the champions, maybe trying to do the same here in today's matchup, actually banning the Clash as well. That's a pretty strange one.
Yeah, potential target bans coming out here for the teams. Obviously, it's no surprise that they will know one another's sort of pocket picks or potential upset picks, and just ban those out, just to stop them from doing anything too crazy. So we are going to be seeing the Thatcher and the Maestro getting banned as well. Those are sort of common bans. Maestro obviously offers a lot of annoying utility, and Thatcher, of course, being sort of the most commonly banned attacking operator there, just because of the pure value that he brings to being able to breach hard walls.
Like a Canis there with a big flex, the Zofia Elite, that just came out yesterday. An early adopter, as it seems.
Yeah, it's quite a nice skin, I must say. Very, very nice one as well.
Yeah, MERAKI Gaming, they will be starting on the defensive side, going to actually main lobby. This is a pretty strange one. I would hope they have a prepared strat for this, because I mean, main lobby, that's generally not the most favored side by most teams. So really interested to see what they pull out here. I mean, looking at the operator lineup, it seems pretty default, and sure, you got the Mirror and the Goyo, ones which it can have a great effect on their own, but further on the board, it looks like a pretty default setup.
Yeah, I'm interested, like you say, to see exactly how they approach defending this one. Obviously, a lot of teams not preferring to pick it up straight off the bat, but of course, sometimes you just want to get the first weakest one out the way and see how it handles and see how your opponents attack you, and then go to your strongest pick. So maybe just getting a feel for each other before they get into the real stuff. It is going to be ATK on the Thermite, the Buckler, Zofia, the Nomad, and the IQ. So pretty standard stuff from them. And of course, Levent is going to be on that IQ, nice and spicy. We've seen him do some great stuff with the IQ in terms of just clearing out utility from the floors above or the floors below. So that's always fun to watch. Then, of course, on the defending side, we have a very interesting lineup as well, like you mentioned. But I see they have picked up the Valkyrie straight away and maybe doing a little bit of interesting intel gathering work with them.
Yeah, the Valkyrie is actually playing extremely aggressively at the moment. She threw out a Valkyrie cam from main office side, so at the moment playing down below in the yellow skylight, she looks to play very aggressive, already spotting out those drones. The attacking players now know where she is. They can go for this clear as the attackers now start to enter. from this east side office. Goya is currently situated on circle stairs, so he could help with the crossfire being set up here.
Yeah, one of the things that we all know about ATK is that they like to do proper full clears. They like to work through methodically and actually go from top to bottom or bottom to top, not really just straight up jumping in. Most of the time they'll approach from outside. So it's no surprise that we see them here on the second floor clearing it out, moving down before obviously attacking towards the sites. So that is a pretty standard thing, of course. Meanwhile, Canis has taken a little bit of damage, so he's already below 50 HP, which is not the best spot to be in. But at least if he gets down but not out, he can still pick himself up. Obviously, that's if you're having some great impact. There we go.
That's the IQ and the diffuser dropped.
Yeah, that's Goyo taking out a very crucial player there. The IQ's gone, so no more util clearing out for her. And of course, that diffuser's down now.
Yeah, it looks like a very slow pace coming out from MERAKI Gaming, essentially just delaying time with how prevalent these roamers have been. Oh, the C4 comes out, gets ripped, and it does get the kill onto Corza. That's your buck gun. That's a very big one to lose, because now your soft breach is off the board. You've got top floor control, but without the soft breach, you can't really do anything. The Doc now running out, getting into a gunfight here with the Zofia. Both with ACOGs in hand, however, Sticks on the other side of the map does get the kill. But traded out by the Doc, finally getting the kill onto Canis. That's your Zofia dropped. Now left last life. Sticks on the top floor. Gets the kill into SADW. A double kill for him on the round. King Eso and Cobras, both the Vector and the TCSG now in hand, looking to clutch this out.
Yeah, I must say this has been a very interesting first round. I certainly haven't seen something like this in a while, where ATK get immediately put onto the back foot and forced to try and clutch around. So obviously Styx is going to be the one to try and do that, and he has to clear everything out. He has to win this fight. The Mira being slippery, that's going to be enough. MERAKI take round one.
Yeah, King Eso there with a great gunfight, just continually falling back, knowing the Nomad has to take that gunfight, just falling further and further back, delaying that time, the oh so crucial time. In the end, MERAKI Gaming taking the first round on lobby of all places. So at the moment, they're poised to do really well if they can defend this Archives and Talus bomb site.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be quite a telling thing. I'm just being told here in my ear that we need to go full screen. If we could,
there we go.
Do that there. Yeah, but like you said, I mean, it is one of those things where if you can tell a team is strong on a map or on a bomb site that should particularly be a little bit more difficult to defend, and they're able to win sort of convincingly, then you start to worry a little bit for the next couple of rounds. Obviously, ATK, the onus is on them to start stepping this one up. We are going to be seeing that basement bomb site coming out now. Yeah, let's see how they approach this one. It is going to be the basement onto the first floor as well, so it's going to be that vertical site there. But yeah, I'm interested to see how they defend this one, and if ATK can get a ways in, because if this is going to be a repeat of round one, then things are going to be looking well, very interesting.
Yeah, Archives and Talus, once again, it's not that common of a bomb site. Looks like MERAKI Gaming, they definitely have done their homework. It's like they are definitely prepared with strats for each and every bomb site. So these guys, they look very flexible at the moment, and that's one thing that can definitely counter ATK, is flexibility. Sure, they've got a really good roam clear, but if you can just play as passively or as aggressive but still passively with your roamers as MERAKI Gaming did in that first round, they look to do very well against ATK here.
Yeah, for sure. One of the interesting things that you mentioned there is just the flexibility, and I mean that is basically how you approach a team that has prepared as much as ATK has. Now, obviously, there is always that question of, oh, are they saving strats? Are they making sure not to give anything away? That is a legitimate question, a legitimate idea to have. But ultimately, at the end of the day, whatever they do is whatever they do. That's how they perform, and that's what we have to look at and analyze. And the only thing that I can say about that is that that's how you want to take down a team that is prepared. If they've prepared a certain level of bomb sites, they've most likely gone through the whole training of focusing on the most common ones. So if you can throw curveballs their way that they're unprepared for, you have a better chance against them.
IQ currently spotting out the pulse from 3 floors down below. So that's a pretty big one. Now knowing the pulse is on the board, you have to look out for those C4s. Actually does spot the C4, I believe, and trying to shoot it out, but cannot reach it. Reds now pushing aggressively from waiting room and console front desk office. Playing very aggressively, doing some damage onto Kane is once again taking the first damage in this game, but Reds as well on low HP now, still playing aggressive here at this front desk area. RX here with the crossfire could help out his teammate, but with such a strong roam presence on the top floor, when your side is essentially bottom floor as well as first floor, if they lose this out, it's definitely a big win for ATK, as the first gunfight does come out. RX is dropped in a DBA-0, finally killed off by Sticks with the ARX in hand, now pushing further up to try and get Reds. He's still situated in that front desk area, just holding that angle oh so passively, but from the flank, the IQ of Leventus does come out, LMG in hand, G8A1 does get the kill.
Yeah, and there is the cold, specialized, surgical, methodical sort of clearing out that we come to expect from ATK. They get through, they clear the floor out, they take them down with almost perfect precision, and there's ATK. James pulling that one out again. Shadow goes down. Sadu goes down. SADW goes down, and well, they're going to be able to plant that diffuser. James going to be putting that one down, and now we have Pulse having a look and actually trying to spray through the floor, but it's not going to work. He doesn't have the right angle. He's just going to be immediately punished for his insolence, and now it's King So left a last one alive, and yeah, well, not much to do.
Yeah, and a 5v1 with ATK being so on fire, having planted the diffuser, does get the kill into Leventus. A great trade coming out there, but now still left in a 4v1. Your crossfires are being held. 2 players in lobby side as well. Zofia now pushing onto your flank. It's just a complete pincer setup on this mirror. A lot of damage done onto her by the Zofia here. Does finally re-peak, gets the final kill onto King So. Yeah,
there was no chance there, really. That was sort of cut and dry. As soon as Pulse missed the planter and everything just went completely backfired in their face. That was it. The Mira basically had no chance. Even if she won the fight on Staircase, the chances that she would win the next 2 consecutive fights are incredibly low. So yeah, ATK pulling out that surgical precision that we know them for, getting around in their favor, evening things out. And as we move into round 3, we're going to be seeing second floor. So it's going to be the console and meeting, which is a little bit more standard, I think.
Yeah, finally heading to a more traditional bomb site, but even then, look at the operator lineup. You've got the Echo, you've got the Mira, not usually ran on console meeting.
Yeah, I'm interested to see exactly what the play is here. I am seeing that they're going to pull out Wamai, they're going to pull out a Jaeger and a Mozzie and an Echo. So what that makes me think is, considering that I believe Wamai and Echo both have access to a deployable shield, I'm not sure if they've actually got it employed right here, but they do have access to it. None of them are picking that up, so that's very interesting. It's very interesting that they're running this way. They've decided to pick up barbed wire instead. They're running a very interesting level of strat. They're obviously not playing for the same sort of 20-second meta vibe that a lot of teams have sort of defaulted to. Perhaps they have their own little spin on defending sites with this particular lineup that might come out here from them.
5 seconds to insertion.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, you can still waste that time, and we've seen them do that in the first round. I mean, the Roamers just playing so passively and just eluding the attackers for so long, just wasting that time top floor, eventually getting down to 15 seconds. So you don't necessarily need a stack on site to have that 20-second meta. You can play that with your Roamers, but at the moment, the hold here on top floor, it's looking extremely open.
Yeah, it certainly is. They are going to be actually moving their presence in a very interesting sort of way here. The way they're spread out across.
I like this.
Doesn't look like they're actually moving to any other floors. Instead, they're making a bit of a hold, a bit of a stand here on the top floor, waiting for ATK to make a move and start pushing in, and perhaps start employing the sneaky plan which they have brewing here.
Yeah, I like this from ATK. They realized MERAKI Gaming, most of their setup is in the main office side area, which ATK does generally take, but just completely shifting around their main attack now, pushing from the west side of the building now. Leventus does get the first kill onto Cabras of the Wamai, losing out the potential of more Wamai discs being thrown out.
Yeah, so the pressure is coming through here. IQ being able to put that on through the window, very strong. And now that's going to be forcing Meraki to make some movements around the map. Ooh, yay, guys. In the perfect spot. But actually, the perfect spots, that hiding spot is even more perfect. Right behind the vending machine there. I don't even know if he's going to be ready for this one.
He's not.
This could be exactly what he needs, but he's going to get spotted, immediately turned around upon. Gets taken down from the staircase there.
Oh, the
Oh,
plant
those trades are
almost being
coming
denied.
through. Look at this.
So many
So many
gunfights.
players just going down here on the staircase, but ultimately ATK going to be coming out on top of that one, and that's just, yeah. I mean, that could have gone a lot worse, I think. But ATK pretty much had that one on lock as soon as the Jaeger was pushing past about 2 members of ATK there without realizing it. So. Yeah, GG, ATK taking another round and putting themselves in the lead for the moment. Let's see if they can keep it up or if Meraki Gaming can pull the trigger back in the opposite direction.
Yeah, I like MERAKI Gaming's early reaction to the push from ATK there, because they had this set up in the main east side of the building finally, then realizing the push was coming from the west side, they actually rotated 3 of their players very early on and reacting to that play. So I like that early aggression of reacting to the play from ATK, but eventually just did not work out, losing out the gunfight. So I'm still hopeful for them able to win out the gunfights in this round, so let's see what they can do. FO12 actually being run on Ella here. It's a pretty weird one, especially in a long-ranged bomb site such as this top floor console meeting office. This mirror setup thus far, I saw this in the first round they defended here. The mirrors is situated into that east side office, so with that you can really effectively hold the windows as well with the rotate. You can rotate to that lobby desk. So this mirror setup, it's really safe, but it can also delay a lot of time, which I really like.
Yeah, let's see if that's how everything pans out. Obviously, the plan is one thing, but executing it is a whole different ball game. So we'll see what happens of this. Obviously, we're going to be seeing ATK picking up a pretty much standard lineup, nothing really shifting for them. Their play style seems to be one of where they don't really need to switch anything up as long as they think that whatever they have going is working. You know, they just have to shift up the way they play and not necessarily the operator setup too much. Now we are going to be seeing ATK already removing some of those ADSs off the board, making it a little bit easier for them to perhaps penetrate into the second floor here, which is their goal. The target is there in their crosshairs. They're just moving forward. They're trying to take it out slowly but surely.
Yeah, this push is looking poised to collapse any second. If you look at the overview here quickly, all 5 players of ATK are on this repel side as well as Buck on the skylight. So if they pull the trigger on this, they can collapse within a few seconds if every player just repels in.
Yeah, it could potentially be a very quick collapse, like you say, but those can go wrong as well. So we'll see if ATK can pull it off, or if Meraki can shut it down before it becomes a bit of a problem.
At the moment, just trying to set up those pincers. You can see Ella here on top yellow. She's currently being held from the bathroom repel as well as the repel on yellow itself, and then as well from the Buck on the skylight. So her rotates are completely held, as well as the Echo kind of unsafe there in his position. But RX answering back with a kill to the Buck, a double, a great headshot for him onto Styx. And that alleviates a lot of pressure. That's your Buck as well as your Nomad gone. So now going for the triple does get it. Canis eventually dropped. Now JMS and Leventus left in a 1v2, or sorry, a 2v5 off the back of RX's insane plays, but eventually Leventus able to refrag onto him. Now still a 2v4, but RX is done what he needed to do. A 3k for him on the round. It just helps his team considerably.
That was essentially the perfect play coming out from Meraki there. Like, you were literally exactly talking about the pressure that ATK had from all the angles, and all of a sudden, Meraki just fire backs. You know, just walking in there, getting that 3k and putting ATK on the back foot. That's going to lead to Meraki Gaming taking the round for themselves. But I mean, yeah, that was literally off the back of the fact that all those pressure positions that you were talking about, all those pressure positions that we saw, were just immediately cleared out in sequential order, one by one, with almost the perfect play coming out there. So really, really well played there.
Yeah, RX definitely carrying his team in that round, and in general now on the scoreboard, 5 for 4. As well, Leventus with those 5 kills. All the players in the lobby currently showing up. Raid's the only one that still doesn't have any kills for himself. Meraki Gaming will head to Garage and Cafeteria now. First time they head to this bomb site. Quite interestingly, I mean, it is the default for most teams, so quite strange to see them only pick it up in their 5th defensive round.
Yeah, it certainly is, but you know what? I sort of like that approach, actually. I like it when teams bring out some unusual sites or not common sites, the least common sites, and sort of showing us their ability on those particular sites. You know, I'm a quite a big fan of underdogs, and that goes for pretty much everything. So even when there's a site that's not really chosen as much, I always like to make an argument for it because I think there are certain strengths that those not so popular sites can have if you play them correctly, if you adapt around them and actually build a strategy using that site. So I definitely like it when those sort of odd sites come out and the defenses come out, and we did see some of it working. I mean, Meraki immediately winning the first round in on the first floor there, right in the lobby. So that was very interesting. Of course, we are going to be headed to that basement, so a little bit more standard stuff coming out, which at least I expect. I'm not 100% certain, but from the looks of it, it looks relatively standard. So we'll be seeing them move back to something a little bit more meta. But yeah, I like the way that Meraki have played so far.
Mozzie now currently roaming in Visa. Like that bottom floor hold, but with this top floor presence already priming the C4, Leventus should be able to spot that out. If anything, even hear it. I mean, that C4 does have that loud radiation type tick. At the moment, just chucking it out into the roof, probably expecting ATK to enter from this east office side. The C4 does get shot out. Leventus finally spotting it with his IQ scanner. RX now still roaming this Visa office side as the attackers from ATK start moving into his position.
Yeah, IQ scanner is a very, very powerful tool. A lot of people underrate it in matchmaking. If you want to play a very interesting operator, a very strong operator, IQ is definitely a good one to pick up. So far, we haven't seen any action just yet. The team's still kind of setting up what they want to do in terms of getting into the site and defending it. Seeing a little bit of shots going off, but nothing too insane happening just yet. We're waiting for ATK to finish putting their feelers out for what's going on here on the map. The rest of Meraki Gaming just sitting happily, waiting for ATK to make the move.
Yeah, notably, they've cleared out the top floor area, but they've kind of left the stairs. They've left circle stairs as well as Mozzie on this Visa stairs. So, sure, you've got map control, but you haven't really cleared out your flanks. I really question this play from ATK, but now starting to pressure into this main lobby area. Zofia, Nomad, and IQ entering, opening up the floorboards. Red's now currently situated on this top main stairs, looking to go for this flank. Does spot out the Nomad.
Oh.
The Nomads, I can't even call it a red dot or a red laser, but yeah, does get the kill into sticks. That's a pretty big one before he's even able to chuck out those Nomad air jabs. Now looking to go for the kill. Does get the ping onto the Zofia, the triple now. He gets the kill onto Leventus.
Reds, what is this? You know, it's like the casting curse has become real. You know, you were just talking about ATK's flanks, and then suddenly it was their flanks that would get exposed, and Nomad, the one who's supposed to protect those flanks, goes down immediately. At least James gonna get one back, or two back. I think he managed to get the Jaeger as well. But I mean, it's a 2v3 now, and ATK, they need to make something happen if they want to win this round.
Yeah, I think they could actually make something happen because sure, you've got the Mozzie above in piano, but you've essentially got control of the entire garage side. Jeremy is now going for the plant. RX is situated top floor, but he has to open up angles before he can do anything. The Echo is still on the board. That could deny the plant, which unfortunately it looks like will happen.
Yeah.
Jamis does get dropped by the Zof of the Mozzie up top, and then King Iso just finishing it up, the Smoke getting the final kill.
Yeah, that is the power of the Echo, you know. That's why he gets banned. That's why he's been removed off the board, because he removes the ability to clutch situations exactly like that. And I mean, that, you know, this round had two halves. The first half was ATK losing their flank, just like you said, and the second half was the fact that Echo, not being banned, was on the board. They weren't able to clear out his drones, obviously, the IQ not being able to do that, and that resulted in then trying to get the clutch and just not being able to do it. It's physically impossible at that stage once the Echo has a lock on you, and then all they have to do is just rotate, clean it up, and there it is. So Meraki, they're going to get themselves a third. It is 2-3. But let's see if ATK can pull this one back, even things out again, or if Meraki is going to pull in the lead in this best of 3.
Yeah, they're actually heading to Archives Tellers once again, so actually I want to see them win this, because in the previous round they essentially lost it due to early gunfights, but this is one of those sites that really, if you play late game on this, it is heavily defender-sided. This entire A site is destructible. If you have a C4 from down below, you can kill a player anywhere in this entire room. So if Meraki Gaming can get it down to those last 30 seconds, it's definitely looking like a win for them.
Yeah, well, once again, let's see how this plays out now. We're going to be seeing them picking up Echo again. Obviously, I think that as soon as Echo is being left up in any situation, you're going to probably want to pick him up just because of the incredible value that he offers to any sort of given situation. He has a deployable shield, which I personally think is very strong. I think it's a very great utility to have. I'm not sure if he's even picked that up. No, he's got the barbed wire, but I still think that those deployable shields are very strong, especially coupled with the Jaeger ADS. So that's something that I definitely think should be picked up if left available. Obviously, both the Echo and the Mira, which are very commonly banned operators, are left alive, so they're going to be picked up on the side of MERAKI Gaming, and let's see if they have some success with this once again.
You can see the very aggressive roam hold being held by MERAKI Gaming here. Both the Mozzie and the Mira currently are holding top floor, but Mozzie taking a lot of damage from that front desk area. Finally does get killed in long desk himself. Now Mira still holding this top floor area, does drop down through Visa stairs, falling back onto site, and already ATK, they're proving me wrong. I said if MERAKI Gaming can hold this into the last 30 seconds, they should be able to win this, but it's a minute past and they've already taken top floor control. Red's now rotating onto yellow stairs, trying to maybe retake this top floor area, but he's just holding it so passively at the moment. SADW does react with the kill of himself, but Red's now just swinging wide. SADW and Red's both with a kill for themselves, now evening it out once again into a 3v4.
Yeah, and it looks like a very aggressive Echo is going to be taken down here on Spiral Staircase there, a little bit too far forward. Also going to be picking that one up. And yeah, so it's going to be 3v3 now. Make that a 2v3 as the Mira gets absolutely caught out here. Hibana moving in very quickly, and now it's on to Pulse and Jaeger to try and make something happen. The Pulse, of course, here on the bottom, trying to do things, and that Jaeger just having to do a lot of legwork to try and stop ATK from getting into the bomb site.
Yeah, they've still at least got a multifaceted hold of site here. Pulse, he does still have his C4 in his back pocket. He can deny from down below. As well as Reds, he's currently situated on A site, so he can go for that main lateral hold, while Cabras on the Pulse can still go for that vertical hold. So they definitely still have something to work with here, but in the 3v2 man count, with just how much utility and drones ATK still have on the board, it's looking very unlikely for them.
Yeah, we'll see if they can make something happen. Obviously, the Pulse waiting for plant brings his trap. I'm sure ATK very keenly aware of that, and Jaeger just cannot get it done. He's going to be caught out trying to catch one of the players. I think Hibana moving into the site. Everything is on to Cobras here on the Pulse, and I don't know if he can make this one happen. There's too much information on his whereabouts, and I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. The diffuser is planted. He's going to be moving up here, but this tight angle is right here, and it's going to be enough. ATK, they take round 6.
And that was a really great round. I've got to give it to them. The early roam clear there at the top floor, they got the first kill, and then eventually they lost 2 players, but they reacted so well, just insanely quickly, just realizing where the roam clear was coming from, just immediately locking it out and taking that round because of it. So ATK now, they leveled it out into a 3v3 on the split, now heading to their defensive side, heading to console and meeting room. So their first and primary bomb site will be the top floor one. See the operator lineup here, the Jaeger not opting to go for the Wamai actually. Saw MERAKI Gaming take both the Jaeger and the Wamai, but I like that 6-pick onto the Mute. That's definitely a great pairing along with the Echo as well as the Valkyrie. A lot of information as well as information denial operators on the board now for ATK. So I'm looking forward to see how they will hold this.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
MERAKI Gaming now, ATK definitely using those shields. MERAKI didn't really use them at all. See both JMS and Leventus with the shields in their back pocket, as well as 2 sets of C4s actually. Both Styx and Corza with the C4s in their back pockets. Just a lot of utility on the board for ATKs. They definitely look like they have a strong operator lineup to actually deal with this.
Yeah, it certainly does seem that way. And I mean, they're picking up the more standard sort of setup that I was talking about earlier. Of course, like you mentioned, they are picking up those deployable shields, which I believe are quite strong, you know. And I mean, if you're going to be playing a sort of 20-second meta, or even if you're playing hybrid, you can still pick up, you can swap out the Goyo for picking up other operators who still have access to those shields, and you can still set up in a sort of similar way. So you can kind of have the best of both worlds without having the Goyo to pop down all the shields for you. You can just pick up an operator that actually has the shields in any case, and then just pick up multiple of them and be able to sort of do the same setup while also having the utility of their main gadgets. So that's always the thing. We'll see if MERAKI can actually pull off the attack against ATK. I think, if I'm not mistaken, ATK's defense is somewhat better than their attack, I believe. So we'll see if MERAKI can continue their competitive streak here, or if ATK is going to pull ahead.
Yeah, I mean, in that previous split, I mean, it ended in a 3v3. It looked like MERAKI Gaming just on that initial round were going to take it really far. But once again, ATK just leveling it out, answering back, just getting a few rounds of their own, and eventually leveling it out into a 3v3, even though some of those rounds were definitely one-sided. That's just the power of Siege. I mean, one round, it doesn't mean that much in the grand scheme of things. Sure, you can get tilted, sure, it can snowball into something else, but with teams like these, with just strong mentalities, just holding composure, one round in the grand scheme of things doesn't mean that much. And as they head into the attacking split now, though, they definitely want as many rounds as possible. And it's now the first dropped by Reds on the Hibana. Don't really know where that kill came out from, but still, it's a pretty important one. The 416C carbine, a very strong gun, now taken off of the board. Having said that as well, Sticks now, the MPX off the board. RX answering back with that great kill onto the Valkyrie. Now, a 5v3 man count, but Reds does get dropped by the mute here at bottom yellow stairs. Shotgun in hand, just the final blast to the head, gets the kill.
We always love to see Corsa on the shotgun. He's done some crazy stuff on the screen for us before. Oh, the head gets spotted out, but SADW can't make it happen. It's going to take quite a considerable amount of damage. It's also going to be able to pull the trigger onto Kingzo in the meantime. And yeah, ATK, they've managed to even things out off of a bad sort of start. Managed to make things a little bit easier for themselves. Meanwhile, SADW on P there. Any sort of bullet flying in that direction should be enough to take them out. Oh, the canister should be enough as well. Oh, no, one tick. Not enough to take him down just yet.
SADW now on low HP, pushing into Corsa, this mute here. He just falls back though. He knows he can play time on this. 20 seconds left on the board. SADW pushing into waiting room, but Corsa with the Leventus SMG11 in hand just plays the angle passively as SADW swings wide into it, gets killed, but now Corsa as well with the final headshot. The SMG11 duo clutches out the round for ATK.
There it is, SMG11s coming out once again. That is a real powerful tool in the hands of, you know, the mutes and the smoke setups. They have the ability to pull out that main shotgun. They can blow open walls. They can, tout that destructive power while still having access to an SMG that, if you learn it to the level that these guys have learned it to, sort of been able to control the recoil of that gun and be able to sort of tame that beast, you suddenly have a very powerful setup. Yes, it has a high skill cap, but I mean, that's what we like.
I mean, the SMG11, it's got a lot of a recoil, but it definitely has a definitive pattern. You can learn that. I mean, we've seen Leventus and Corsa kind of master that, so it just proves like the skill cap in Siege, just such a high skill cap, and if you can reach that, well, you're kind of unstoppable.
Defenders, protect your bombs.
Yeah, well, at the very least, you'll have some very powerful tools at your disposal, turning a somewhat powerful operator into an even more powerful operator. But with that out the way, we are going to be seeing a basement defense coming out here for ATK. But yeah, let's take notice of just exactly how they're going to be setting this one up. They have two players who have who sitting up here on site, but they've mostly rotated up above the site and are actually putting their defenses up here, which is, of course, what I'm going to notice, what I'm going to point out, what I love to see is a little bit of vertical defense coming out there.
Patrick Fennick, always one for to like a vertical hold.
Oh,
See
yeah.
that hatch actually being shotgunned out. I really like that because, I mean, when you're holding top floor, you want to be able to rotate back onto side if Meraki Gaming maybe take that. So I like this play here as well. The Valkyrie cam is now being chucked out into those signature palm trees of Consulate.
Oh, yeah. We had a team spend like a whole minute hunting a Valkyrie cam in that tree the one time. That was interesting.
Now it's starting to pressure onto this yellow stairs, both the Hibana and the Thermite. I mean, sure, but if you lose that gunfight, that's your Hibana and your Thermite, like I said, off the board. So maybe not too wise to put those into your opening gunfights. But now, Thermite, he knows there's a mute jam on the other side of this wall. They don't really have anything to deal with this, especially with ATK still holding this piano area. Without that, they can't play vertical. And without that, oh, that's the one counter. You just swing wide and Hibana gets it. Now, Thermite's starting to open up the main wall, with ATK still situated mostly on the top floor. If Meraki Gaming can read into this, they can easily go for a quick rush here.
Yeah, this could potentially fall apart for ATK if they don't manage to get their rotations right. And there's the first one going down, ATK being able to be on the ball just in time to stop Hibana from making it down the stairs. Of course, Thermite has managed to get the hole in the garage door open, and of course, Hibana getting rezzed up here by the rest of the team. But that's going to be a difficult one to come back from if you're Hibana there. You're going to have to play a little bit more safe.
And this is the big problem with actually shotgunning open that hatches. Once you lose control of it, you don't have it anymore, and RX proves me right. Gets the kill from that hatch area. The Wamai Magpie actually catching that Zofia stun in mid-air, but Sticks answering back with a kill onto Reds. Now a player still top circle stairs, that's the Ella, but the Claymore does come out, but RX from the side gets the kill. Helps out his brother of Cobras. And now a 3-on-3 man count with Meraki Gaming. They've opened up a lot of avenues onto the site area, but look at Canis, he's still roaming top floor, but when you're losing players on site, that doesn't really mean anything. They need to get back onto the site area because Meraki Gaming, they're just collapsing here.
Yeah, they're getting in there, and of course it's up to Canis and Sticks to try and bring something back. The diffuser going to get planted by Cobras, but perfect angle here going to be held from the Zofia, going to take down Canis and leave Sticks all alone, and pretty much, nothing to do there. Meraki going to be able to pick up round 8.
Yeah, the lineup did almost come out there for Sticks. Almost able to catch both the Thermite and the Capital, but nonetheless, Meraki Gaming level it out once again. A 4-on-4 round count now as Meraki Gaming level it out. ATK will now head to Cafeteria and Garage once again, heading back to that site, probably realizing they could have done something different or hoping for a different outcome. See what they can do with this.
Yeah, honestly, at that stage, you know, we just pretty much watch a Meraki attack a very weak point in that sort of defense. You know, when you set up for a vertical defense, obviously you're waiting for a team to vertical clear. And if they don't do that, the rotations need to come in almost immediately. The thing is, when you set up in that way like ATK did, you have to be aware that if the attacking team do not full clear and decide to rather directly attack the site, then you're literally going to have to make sure that you rotate down to the side as soon as possible. What we saw there was ATK that was still hovering around and not really winning the fights they needed to, but ultimately Thermite was able to get the garage door open, put the pressure on, and they were able to easily get into the site. So if you're going to hold above the site, you need to be either, on the one hand, sure that they're going to do a vertical clear of some kind, or two, you need to be very, very quick on the rotate as soon as you notice that they're not actually doing that vertical clear.
Yeah, I mean, already we saw Koza there reinforce the hatch, so immediately not going back to that aggressive roam hold, probably for the wiser. Meraki Gaming probably realizing they'll be doing it once again, maybe expecting that. But now the bottom floor roam. If anything, having done that top floor roam now, Meraki Gaming will be, they'll be very scared of it. So I think they'll invest more time in actually clearing out the top floor, maybe expecting that top floor hold. So if anything, you at least get somewhat of a bonus from the previous round in Meraki Gaming, maybe wasting time top floor, looking for that aggressive roam.
Yeah, that certainly is a potential possibility. Right here you can see putting their eyes onto the first floor just to make sure there's no one there, so they could potentially waste a little bit of time in the favor of ATK, but it depends on how much Meraki actually invest into clearing out that first floor after having seen ATK hold it. And yeah, I'm interested to see if that actually does come to fruition, or if Meraki will just see, oh, well, there's no one here on the floor, finish their droning and just get straight towards the site.
Yeah, I mean, RX is now droning out, or getting droned out by Capital, actually opening up. I like that. If they drop this circle disc hatch, they could very easily take this, because this entire backside area is completely, it's not held at all. Realizing that now with the drone, if RX can drop into this, he could very easily get a few kills from that position. Kane is now on the Jaeger, is rotating out from the flank, but Sticks with a brilliant C4. I don't even know where that was from.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't even get to see where that was going, but it is going to result in the down, which is a man advantage going in favor of ATK. And with a minute 25 on the clock and Thermite trying to open up this wall here, Meraki need to pull the trigger and they need to get inside fast.
Yeah, that opening kill definitely is going to help out ATK here, but still, MERAKI Gaming, with with the main wall being opened, like you said, they need to rotate back onto site. The push is going to happen, and they've got utility to make it happen. You've got Kubras on the Capital, 2 smokes, 2 fires, still in his back pocket. As well, Thermite, he's still got an exothermic charge, and Hibana, she's almost fully loaded, does get the kill onto Leventus. A great angle being held there. Now, the only real flanker left last alive is Canis, the Jaeger here, situated bottom main stairs. So, if he could rotate in, maybe get a kill here, he could definitely help out his team. But with the collapse seemingly gonna happen now within the next few seconds, they need to hold the site. Oh.
Yeah, they need to hold the site, and that's not the greatest start to holding the site. They are going to be able to take down one. Here comes the Thermite charging in. Is it going to be enough? It certainly is. Thermite going to be able to take down. That's Reds also doing a lot of work there. So,
The brilliant Frank though from Canis.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see. It's a 2v2. The diffuser hasn't gone down, and the seconds are ticking away. I don't think this is going to be enough. They're trying to plant it, but
What are they doing? They backed off the plant.
what?
Ash, what are you doing? Your flank was held by the Zofia. Okay. No real words there. Maybe a fat finger, I don't know. Still, ATK, they take it off of what looks like a mistake by MERAKI Gaming, to say the least.
Could have just been nerves.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even have your ranked KD to worry about. What incentive is there to back off of that plant?
I mean, yeah, I agree with you on that sense. You know, it's like there's no incentive to back off of the plant because you sort of need to get it down either way. But I mean, the other side of that is that, you know, the player planting, they heard the footsteps and thought, oh, maybe we can go for the kills. Obviously, that's the wrong play, but that just comes down to a matter of experience and of sort of instinct, which is something that you have to sort of get the more you play. And of course, that is something you have to improve over time as the more you play in these sort of competitive leagues here. So a little bit of a slip up there. ATK going to be taking a 5th round for themselves and taking the lead for the moment at least. And yeah, once again, we're going to be seeing a defense here. ATK picking up the 2nd floor for themselves, and nothing much to say other than we'll see how they decide to defend this, and of course in the other side how MERAKI decide to attack.
Yeah, ATK once again going to this top floor area, having won that bottom floor, now able to head back here, but at the moment, MERAKI Gaming, they've been doing really well in that gunfights. It's just unfortunate, like, it's just been unfortunate events having lost the rounds. Like, I can't pinpoint one thing they are doing wrong. They are matching ATK's plays, but when it comes down to it, they just either lose the gunfights or just some sort of miscoordination. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just the nerves, like you said, but at the moment, they are trailing by 1 round. They could still even this out into a 5v5, but ATK, if they win this one, they put themselves onto match point, and that's a very scary prospect.
Yeah, it certainly is, and that's definitely going to put the pressure on. Luckily, it is best of 3, so there is still a chance, even if they do lose this one, going into a next map, and of course, potential 3rd. But for now, we're going to see that 2nd floor defense coming out here, and oh, actually, this could be potentially spicy, also with that custom, well, not custom, but trademark shotgun there coming out. And could potentially do some damage there. But I agree with what you're saying. MERAKI Gaming have done a very good job of matching what ATK has done, you know, play for play. They've pretty much gotten even rounds off each other so far, and MERAKI looking to do it again, but it is going to be the Zofia going down to an SMG-11 from Leventus.
And that's an extremely tight angle being held now. Trying to clear out Corza here, the other SMG-11 on the board, but the Jaeger catches are just blocking out everything. The firebolt does come out. He's trying to stay alive here, just barely clipping on these stairs, not stepping in those firebolts. The Captau and I believe Nomad are holding his rotates. He is stuck in there, but he's still delaying time. If one of these players tries to repel in, they are screwed. Oh, the swing comes out and it's good. Hits the shotgun blast to the body, gets the kill, the confirmation. Red's now, however, with the double kill for himself. Sticks and JMS dropped, but Kane is answering back with the kill into King. So now a 3-on-2 man count. Sledge swings wide, but loses the gunfight to the smoke. SMG 11 in hand, does win the gunfight. Cobras now left last alive in a 1v3. He has one smoke canister left, but he's as well, he does have the diffuser. So it's possible, but it's not likely.
It's possible, but I mean, he has to run through 3 people, 45 seconds left on the clock, 1 single bolt to utilize, and he still has to get inside the building. And they know where he is. There's the other one. And it is going to be, also with the shotgun once again, right here at the window, waiting for him, just waiting for him to click the button, he says. I just want to see you swing through that window, and my shotgun will be all that I need to do.
You can see these passive angles being held by ATK. They know where he is, and they know they don't have to peek. They can just hear for the audio cue, and the audio cue does come out. They realize he's not on the rappel anymore. Rotates onto the stairs, the players of ATK now. Shotgun in hand. I want to see this.
Yeah, no time.
There we go. Pause out the final confirmation.
In a situation like that, it becomes incredibly difficult to do anything. Just being able to really put a lot of pressure on. Because of the smoke canisters, you have no choice. You either back off or you push, and you don't have a choice to back off because the time is there. So that removes that option, so you have to push. And then, of course, you have the mute sitting there with a shotgun and saying hello, and that's it. You know, that's pretty much all they had to do. They played it one to the T, making sure they didn't lose it. ATK going to pick up that round 6, put themselves on match point and ready to go to victory here on map 1.
Yeah, lobby press room will be where they put up their potentially final hold. As they win this one, well, they win the map and head to map 2. MERAKI, they could still answer this back. I mean, ATK, they need to win 2 in a row, one of which will be on a not as favored bomb site, lobby press room namely. So there is still a chance for MERAKI Gaming to lock this out, but ATK, they've got that momentum behind them. They've been doing just so well.
Yeah, alright, so we're going to be seeing a first floor defense coming out here. ATK obviously picking this one up. We saw this one get picked first by MERAKI. It is going to be the one that is potentially last picked here from ATK. And yeah, MERAKI Gaming have a little bit of a hill to climb now if they want to be able to get back into this one and sort of give a challenge to ATK, because we are here on match point, and that is a threatening thing to comprehend. You know, you need to get so many rounds to be able to even just give yourself a chance at overtime, and that is a little bit of a daunting thought.
I like this pick actually by SADW on the Twitch. I mean, we've seen ATK just run so many gadgets. I mean, Twitch can single-handedly deal with every operator on the board of ATK. I mean, the Goyos, the Jaegers, the Magpies, the Mute Jammers, the Valkyrie Black Eyes, everything can be dealt with by that Twitch run of SADW. So if he does use it well, he could definitely be very worthwhile for his team. But now pressuring onto this balcony area, we'll maybe get into a gunfight with these top floor roamers, namely Leventus on the Wamai as well, Korza on the Mute. The attack is now starting to clear out from the Zulu area. Droning out, the first kill does come out in favor of King SO. That's onto JMS of the Valkyrie, a big early one. The MPX now off of the board, a very reliable gun. As well, now just starting to drone out, realizing they can maybe go for this collapse because they've got the entire hallway control, as well as now starting to shoot out those Valkyrie Black Eyes. There are, however, still players on the roam here.
Yeah, just because James is down doesn't mean anything is really over. Still have a decent setup here, but MERAKI, if they play their cards right, they could take this round for themselves. It won't be too difficult here, so there is a good chance for them. They've put their good foot forward here to be able to get into the round, but of course if they take this one, they'll still have to get one more if they want to even things out and go to over.
Yeah, just holding so passively at the moment. ATK, they've only really got Canis on site, but Leventus, he's on the hatch at the moment. If he realizes these players are currently pushing into this bottom circle stairs area, he could definitely get a kill from here. But SADW as well now trying to answer back to these angles being held by the defenders. These angles just being held, but the attackers now looks like they will be going for the collapse. RX pressuring on, gets the kill onto the player onto hatch. That is Sticks dropped as well. Raid's now pressuring onto press room. inside at the moment from the crossfire does get Kane as the Jaeger now dropped on side, but Leventus answering back the kill into RX. Causa and Leventus now left last alive in a 2v3 situation. The AUG A2 as well as SMG11 in hand, swings wide, gets the headshot onto SADW, now evening out the man count in a 2 onto 2. Side control is in favor of Meraki Gaming, but the top floor is still being held by ATK. Just so elusive, these players on ATK. Cores are doing so much damage onto IQ and just falling back. Now heading back to these angles on this top floor area, he can still do so much damage from this area.
Yeah, the IQ is going to drop. That's also the defuser. Heads on sledge to try and make something happen here. With 15 seconds left on the clock, he's got to grab that and head towards the site. They know it. Causa and Leventus are both coming towards him, and he doesn't really have much of a choice. He has to try and get the diffuser down. It's not going to be enough. And ATK, they win the round 11, and of course, they take the map 1.
The Valkyrie Black Eye pings did come out on him, so that's why you saw the aggressive play there from Causa. But yeah, ATK, just really well done to them. What more can I say?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I can say more about that is that I've been really impressed with what I've seen coming out from Meraki Gaming here. It's actually been such a pleasure to watch them play and watch them sort of just do what they do. And yeah, I mean, despite the fact that there was a couple of mistakes, they're really looking in a very good form right now. And to be able to sort of give such a match over in such a fashion and fight in a very, very competitive manner is just very impressive, and I like to see it. So that's really, really great to see, and I think I enjoyed that match quite a bit. And hopefully the next map will be equally as interesting.
Yeah, I believe the next one will be Clubhouse, but just before we head into that, a quick break has been requested by ATK. Just a quick 5-minute toilet break. We will be right back. Don't head away from your screen. We will be back with map 2 in a few seconds, or a few minutes. Thank you so much for watching, and cheers, we'll be back now.
Cheerio.
Hello and welcome back everyone to the second map of the first quarterfinal. It's ATK face off against Meraki Gaming. ATK have won the first matchup on Consulate. We will be heading to Cafe Dostoyevsky for the second map of the day. So without further ado, this is Kanye Diffuse joined by Patrick Fennick. Our links are currently on the screen. Be sure to check out both our YouTube and Twitch channels. But yeah, let's head into this.
Yeah, I'm ready because spicy stuff coming out here from Meraki and ATK on the first map. Very, very nice to watch, very competitive. And so I'm sure we'll see some equally interesting stuff here coming out on Cafe because, well, Cafe, it's a very interesting map. You know, I've come up with a little bit of a saying here, and if it's Cafe Dostoyevsky and you've got ATK in the mix, you can be sure they're going to be coming in through red stairs if they're on the attacking side. Now, of course, they're not on the attacking side; they are on the defense side first. So we'll see what they decide to do. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of third floor coming out. Of course, that is a pretty common one. Thatcher going to be taken off the board as per usual. The question is, who is the next ban? We have seen the Monty ban, but I honestly don't think there is a good reason to ban Monty on this map. I really don't think there is. I think there's far better operators to be able to ban here. The Thermite going to be taken off the board, so yeah.
Yeah, they did listen to your advice. I mean, Monty, yeah, like sure you can use them for maybe like pushing for a plant, but Cafe Dostoyevsky is just such an open map. You have so much to worry about. And Monty's really the least of your problems. Now, the Maestro being joined by the Thermite and the Thatcher there. So, pretty a traditional one. I mean, all the operators now have been pretty traditional. The Thermite, I mean, it's a traditional ban, but I don't think I've ever seen it banned on Cafe specifically. And so, it's a default one, but a weird one for this map. Joined now, however, by Mira. Basically, these are, if you look at statistics, I believe the most banned operators in Siege. So, yeah, well done to the teams, yeah.
Yeah, they're certainly going to be up there amongst the top for sure. Now, the question is, okay, we're going to be seeing the third floor. So how does the defense come out? We have seen ATK work some magic on this map before. But, I mean, we've seen Meraki Gaming put up quite a considerable effort and quite a considerable fight here on the first map. So I wouldn't be surprised if ATK were to give them over a little bit more respect than usual, because just at the sheer ability that Meraki Gaming have showed us.
Yeah, I mean, ATK will be heading to kitchen service and kitchen cooking. So the operator lineup at the moment, they've got the traditional Goyle. We see ATK run that so much, so it looks like a traditional ATK type setup here, but you can see how they decide to set up this map.
That's weird. It said third floor on the screen.
Yeah, I think they changed it like halfway through.
Okay, well, it is going to be kitchen, so I mean, I'm a big fan of this map in any case. Now, we've seen ATK do some interesting setups here before. One of the ones that they have done is open up a rotation towards the red stairs, which can be questionable because you can use that to quite great effect, but it can also come back to bite you, and we've seen both cases happen. So I'm interested to see what they do, and if they do that again, it looks like they will be opening up that rotation hole through there for the first round. And yeah, I'm keen to see if this one works out. It's a pretty standard setup here from ATK for them on this map. So yeah, let's see how it pans out. It's going to be setting a whole bunch of deployable shields there in the hallway.
And notably, they haven't actually reinforced the dining hatch. Quite questionable, but I mean... actually, no, Jaeger did just reinforce that, sorry. Late reinforcement coming out, but the attack is now starting to spawn in. And looks like your Raimpi will ring true.
It certainly will. It certainly will.
Zofia currently droning out for a team, this pillars area. As well as the attacks now opening up these top floor hatches. Jaeger, the only real roamer in this top floor area at the moment. Actually joined by the Mute in Christmas, so see what they can do with these power positions. SADW now dropping onto these top red stairs, opening up the wall into Christmas, where the Mute is currently playing. Looks like he will be playing that quite aggressively. The drone does not seem to actually spot him out now, finally does. He swings wide on it, probably knowing they know where he is, so he needs to back off of this angle. Falls down onto the stairs. There's a player in his pillars angle who does not catch him out, just dancing through the crosshairs of Meraki Gaming at the moment. Neither one of these teams catching each other out. But now the Jaeger could actually be poised to get a few kills here. He's currently still situated in middle white stairs. Does, however, decide to fall back as he does get droned out by Meraki Gaming.
Yeah, some good drone work coming out from Meraki so far. A couple of the defense ATK here, but yeah, like you said, nothing really happening so far. They've managed to dance past each other's crosshairs just enough that no one's gone down just yet. But here comes the first. Red's going to be able to take down Canis. They're also going to be able to, well, getting dropped next as Meraki is able to, well, they're able to get that leg up.
Yeah, definitely a pretty big lead, 3-5 now, but still got a lot of utility on the board. I mean, he's still got sticks on that Goyo. His C4 has been expended, but as well, JMS, 2 smoke canisters in his back pocket. ATK now looking to get that collapse going, but the first kill does come out in favor of Reds. Now a double kill for him onto the round. 2v5 now, it's not looking very likely for ATK.
Yeah, Red's done a lot of work there, a lot of good work. So Kingso is going to be able to take down the sticks. Leventus is able to get the refrag. Leventus against so many now. He's able to take down RX. Oh, and there goes another.
Okay, Leventus.
Leventus does not want to lose this one, and he perfect spot because he knows where the rotations need to come through. He is watching.
He hears the plant going down and he knows the other player is currently still situated on bottom red. So if he can get this kill in one-on-one, he does get it! Now a 1v1 with a quad kill now for Leventus. He cannot rotate actually through this. So
that is
so
quite unfortunate there. That is very unfortunate. So he's going to have to make his way. So much work here. Can he close this one out? It's a 1v1, but he just can't do it. Oh man, that was almost one of the greatest clips we've seen. But it is going to be shut down. SADW swings out, gets the frag, and Meraki Gaming take that one.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that is still one of the greatest clips we've seen. That 4K was just impeccable from him, just playing his angle so well, knowing where to peek, which players on the enemy team are likely to be looking into other angles, just playing that impeccably, to say the least. So they do lose the first round, now heading to Bar Cocktail. It's their secondary bomb site. Let's see what they can do with this, because yeah, their site hold hasn't been going too well. I mean, sure, he was almost able to clutch that out, but that was just individual play. Their team play just completely collapsed.
I think we need full screen again.
Oh my word.
Oh, you really do need a post-it note.
I feel useless at the moment.
Well, it is going to be the third floor coming out here for ATK, a much more standard sort of setup here. This is what we expected to come out first, but they beamed me, they duped me, they tricked me. It was a trap, but this time it's not. We are going to be on that third floor, and let's see if they can have a little bit more success on this floor than they had down in kitchen.
Yeah, at the moment just opening up all these floor angles where the default plant might go out. Notably, actually, they destroyed a bit of these bars, but usually you see teams completely destroying these. I wonder what they're going to do with this, because that leaves a lot of cover for the attacking team to maybe plant, but with these floor angles being opened up, that is kind of mitigated. So this angle here in Pixel has been backed up with the shield as well as the Jaeger ADS, and I believe a few magpies, so definitely a strong hold here in Cigar Lounge for ATK. So the attackers now spawning in, looking to take from none other than Red Stairs.
Yeah, not surprising, but the difference is, yeah, Red Stairs, it's a common place. You always want at least 1 or 2 people maybe around that area, but ATK, they take it to a different level. I'm sure we'll see when the sides change. ATK, I mean, I've seen them rush all 5 men into Red Stairs. They immediately just drop everyone into Red Stairs. It's, it's so much more of a meme when it comes to ATK. They just jump in and just go nuts from Red Stairs, and sometimes it doesn't work, and that's why I think it's quite funny. In any case, yeah, we're going to be seeing Meraki slowly start to approach towards the site as ATK. Just sit happily, wait for that to happen, wait for SADW moving in here to what looks like piano there from Cigar, trying to clear out the position behind. Oh.
He's wasting no time here to clear out that echo, and well, the Jaeger ADS does save his life. Now just dancing around, finally SADW does get the kill, and that's a big one, because now you've got hallway control. You can essentially lock out the players on site and in freezer. Jaeger on Canis, he's still roaming down below, but the rest of the players, they're situated in either cocktail or freezer, so if you can lock out those players, lock out those rotates, which they are currently looking to do. King SO on the rappel here on this cocktail area, you can lock out these rotates. So at the moment you can just completely box in the players from ATK, but answering back now, JMS does get the kill with the shotgun in hand.
Yeah, that's a good answer back right there. That's some good proactive play coming out from James, taking out the sledge there, making things a little bit easier for the team. Obviously, that pressure now relieved off the board, and Meraki, they have to make their way in. Most of the rest of the team not even on inside the building or on site yet, so they still have to sort of catch up with how far SADW was ahead of them.
Yeah, so 50 seconds left on the board. They need to start making moves. I mean, they had control of most of the hallway, but they kind of lost it when Sledge faltered there. But now, I believe that is the last smoke canister coming out, so 30 seconds will go by without a smoke canister, which will help Meraki Gaming potentially in this collapse. But King SO, just look at his positioning now. He can take Freezer, but the angle is being held by JMS. If he does spot either one of these players, he does, and he gets the down onto King SO. DBN State finally does get the kill, and that's a double for him on the round. Reds now, however, pushing into this freezer area, does get spotted out, but he does so much damage. He gets the kill onto JMS, but a flurry of kills just on the board. Cabras now left last life, 10 seconds on the board. He still has his utility, but the reload bug seemingly coming out for him. Captar bolts off the red stairs, but there's a player currently still holding from down below. This is the power of these angles. He goes for the plant, knowing he can't plant in the default spot, but eventually Causa answering back with the SMG-11 in hand, swings wide, gets the headshot onto Cobras.
Yeah, I mean, that pretty much fell apart. The refrags were all there for ATK. They knew they had to make the chess moves there, and they did. And ultimately, Meraki came off at the bottom of that one. And yeah, at the end of the day there, Capital couldn't really do too much. He was just being held from too many spots, and the diffuser had to go down in like 7 seconds, and it just couldn't be done. So that is going to be a round for ATK. It's going to be 1-1 now, evened out. As per usual, we've seen the teams go pretty neck and neck in the first map, so not too surprising that we're seeing the same thing happen here. The only question is, how long does it last, and who comes out ahead this time?
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, it's really been 1-1. I mean, both these teams have had their good rounds. I mean, Meraki Gaming, they essentially almost took it in a flawless on that bottom floor area, but still, ATK, they have answered back now, evening it out in a 1-on-1. Now heading to kitchen service and kitchen prep room as their bomb site in this round. Let's see what they can do with this. Once again, the signature hold, the angle being opened up into this bakery area, as well as the angle actually onto red stairs.
Yeah, so we have seen now ATK pick up a sort of interesting setup here. They've got the Goyo for those extra shields there. They've got Smoke, of course, Mute as well, and Jaeger, and then they have the Doc there sitting on the Ventus. And yeah, we haven't seen them do any spicy spawn peaks, unfortunately, but Doc's still pretty useful, and in terms of being able to keep your players alive, juice them up if they go for the aggressive plays. And the fact that they have the Doc on the board just tells me that they probably want to go for those aggressive plays, or potentially have a defense that they can reinforce quite heavily if they sit with that Doc on the back lines there. So I'm going to see if Meraki Gaming are able to push through, or if ATK can put up a strong enough defense to resist the push.
Yeah, so Canis is currently roaming in that cigar lounge area. Definitely get a few kills from that power position, but if he gets cleared out, he's kind of doomed, because if you look at it, his hatch is not opened up, so the only real possibility as for a rotate is to back off onto white stairs, and if that gets locked out by Meraki here early in the round, he's kind of stuck on an island.
Yeah, well, we'll see if he manages to get through that, or if it comes back to bite him. It's yet to be seen. We see Canis here moving through the building, just quickly moving down. Oh, look at that. Also just going to get absolutely caught out. SADW going to take him down. Canis, though, he does get one onto RX, so at least it's a 1-for-1. Nothing too crazy just yet, but things need to get back into control here. And Meraki Gaming, they need to flush out a couple more players if they want to move forward. Oh, there it is. Canis going to get one for his troubles. Does get refragged immediately, though. So once again, an even trade here. It's going to be 3 against 3 now as Meraki make their way towards the site.
Yeah, the hatch now is all being opened up, so they have an avenue onto this freezer area, but the smoke canister going going out onto bottom white stairs does delay the push for just a second. You've still got the Hibana on the board, but she's only got 2 pallets left. She can only make a tiny hole here onto the freezer area. So let's see what they can do with this angle now being opened up by the Hibana.
Yeah, so here it comes. Hopefully they are able to move through it, unlike the previous one, which actually had a little line in the middle of it, unable to crawl through that space. So we'll see if it actually blows up properly this time around, and they can get through it. So yeah, right now we're waiting and seeing if that diffuser can go down. They're moving towards the hatch here in kitchen. Smoke very aware that they are here trying to stop them. Ash going to be opening up some holes to try and get some vertical play going on here. Maybe take some kills. Going to drop down immediately, prone onto the ground, and he's definitely going to get caught out there. JMS does not get fooled by it whatsoever, and despite the fact that he's on like 5 HP, he is able to get 2. I'm sorry, I was about to say 1, but it's 2. There it is.
Oh no, oh JMS, sorry.
ATK, they win another round for themselves, put themselves in a bit of a lead there. That's some great stuff there. Wow. Leventus getting to JMS coming in, or was it JMS getting to and Leventus coming in there to clean that one up. So really well played there. ATK managing to come out on top in the end. Very nice.
Yeah, that was a really great round by ATK, just realizing the push had to come out from either that freezer wall or the hatch. Nonetheless, they can just hold that small box with the smoke, and that's what they did. Leventus and JMS getting the shotgun kills and just locking it out. So great play there from them. They now actually head to Reading Room and Fireplace. This is their third bomb site.
Yeah, it is going to be that Fireplace and Reading, like you say. Meraki might be picking the Montaigne. Since it wasn't banned, Monty is going to be picked up here. I'm interested to see how they employ it. Obviously, it's a bit of a meme at this point, so it'll be interesting to see exactly how they utilize it. That is the
Look at this, ATK just full rotating top floor.
Yeah, this is a classic ATK thing to do. Very often, when you have a particular site that you like, in this case, it's going to be third floor, and you really want to defend it, but it's not going to let you click on it. You just take the floor below it and then still defend third floor and just defend vertically. It happens. It's something you can do. ATK, they're pretty decent at it, so we'll see if they can pull it off this time around. But that Monty might come in. The Monty might be the bane of this strategy. If they can get the Monty in there, put the smoke down, get the shield on the back, get the plant and retreat, they might just be able to toss a bit of a spanner in the works here. So this Monty could be exactly what they need to throw things out here, but I want to see exactly how they use it, because I can't see any sort of way to use it that's particularly more powerful than anything else, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, Monty, he can really help you with just face check angles. I mean, you can walk into a doorway and not care what's on the other side. You can literally just walk in there and then determine what's on the other side without having to drone, without having to clear utility, really anything. So he can just walk in and say, okay, I have this now.
Yeah, could certainly come to pass. I don't think he's been spotted out just yet. I'm not sure if ATK know that they're up against Monty just yet. We're waiting to see if that comes through, if that information actually makes it across. We see them setting up with that Echo drone, setting up with their Valkyrie cams, checking in towards the third floor to see if anyone is there, but it is not going to be true just yet. It looks like Meraki is just going to be walking in. This is exactly what I was talking about. This is the strength of just being able to exploit the third floor defense, the vertical defense coming out here, is by just walking onto site. And who's better at walking onto site than Monty?
Yeah, and Reds on 90 does get the first kill as well. Cobras answering back with a kill onto Kane is now in a 3v5 with 2 players dropped on the ATK. Sure, you've got still got top floor cocktail control as well. Corza now coming on to the rotate, does get the kill onto King SO, and that's a big one opened up because now the players in train are essentially left open on their flanks. They now need to worry about this hallway area, but now full pushing, just Ash rushing in, now takes control of Reading Room, and that's definitely not where you want the attackers to be.
Yeah, we're going to see things going back and down. It should be able to come through here. Monty putting the pressure on towards staircase, spotted out the rest of the scum from ATK, trying to claw this one back. And it is a 2v2 and ATK. They need to be able to pull this one back, and that's not the step you want. There goes the first player for ATK. It's down to Closer to make something happen, and it's so difficult to play against Monty. It really is. Meraki, they're going to win round 4.
Yeah, that was a great one from MERAKI, because what I saw there is they realized there was an opening in 8K's lineup. And they realized they were holding cocktails so aggressively that they just rushed into train. They took control of Meeting Hall. They took control of 90 and eventually somehow pushed it onto Reading Room of all places. They took control of the heart of the site that was held not only from top floor, not only from the hallway, but also from down below. So really well done to them being able to utilize that Monty to just pressure into reading room.
Yeah, yeah. So the Monty works out for them in the end there. Like we might be seeing that again. I'm not.
Yeah, it is stuck.
Yeah, they're sticking with it. All right. Well, cool. I guess we'll see what happens this time around. It is going to be the third floor defense coming out here for ATK though, so at least they'll be on the site that they want with the bomb on the site that they want as well. At least, so maybe a little bit less. Vulnerable is the word I'm looking for there to the Monty, but you know, they didn't really have a response to the Monty once they knew it was there. So I'm interested to see if they will, you know, be aware that they could possibly come out again, and if so, if they're actually prepared for it this time around.
Yeah, I mean, once you see the Monty once, you kind of realize you're vulnerable to that. Maybe then catering towards the Monty possibly being on the board, and well, you have the utility to deal with it. You have the smoke, you have the echo, so you can deal with it when it comes to that scenario. But eventually, the power of the Monty is not necessarily in that late game where you come face to face with either smoke or an echo. It's early game, where you can just not worry about droning so vigorously. You can just face check an angle, like I said, so they can literally just drop that Monty onto red stairs, pressure into cigar lounge, take pixel spot, and then pressure into the hallway. You don't have to drone it out.
Yeah. Very interesting stuff coming out here, that we're seeing the Monty be employed in such a fashion. Strength and being able to actually succeed with it is very interesting. I'm sure people will definitely be considering Monty strats against ATK in the future after having seen this. So, yeah, I'll be interested to see how this pans out for the rest of the league. But yeah, like you said, Monty, look at this. It's just be able to
this is exactly what I said.
Clear out anything. Look at that. Like, you don't have to use your nades to clear anything out. You can just walk in and shoot it.
That is quite literally play for play what I said. Monty now taking control of the hallway. So actually, oh, that was almost Mute almost getting that kill, but Monty, just the angles being held out for here from MERAKI is just, it's ruthless. Now, oh, unfortunately going onto the cam at the wrong moment there, Causa does get the kill, but in a 1v3 your angle is being held. Ash looking to wide swing onto it, falling back now into bathroom. Finally, Mute does get the kill. Ash trying to go for that knife, does not land. Yeah. SADW now pressuring into the cigar area, holding out the rotate from the Mute. They know where he is as well. Monty, oh, diffuses in the hands of the Mute. The C4 does get ripped. Unfortunately, does not land onto SADW as well. The Monty now from the flank holds the Mute in place. A lot of damage done onto him, but he's still alive. And when he's still alive, he can rotate. And he does. He drops into train. What?
Yeah, this is some top tier gameplay right here. You know, just you're slippery, making sure they're not getting a hold of you. You can get out of that position where you most certainly would have died. This is going to give Causa a chance. So the diffuser is going to go down, but at least there is a chance now that ATK can clutch this. But once again, we're in a situation where it's so difficult to just run through the Monty because you can't shoot the guy. It's impossible. You have to find some way to catch him off guard, some way to take him out. And, you know, if he's looking in your direction, being able to do that is very difficult. And there it is. RX gonna get fragged.
Yeah, I mean, that round, it genuinely came down to the Monty play. Just how quickly they cleared out the hold coming out from ATK. I mean, when you play top floor, generally, pixel angle holding cigar lounge, as well as kind of your freeze hold, is really the heart of it. Sure, most of the players are situated either in main bar or in cocktail, but once you lose that hallway and cigar lounge area, your strat begins to falter, and that's fine when it happens maybe in the last 30 seconds, but with Monty on the board, 1 minute into that round, they cleared out pixel angle and they took control of hallway, eventually pressured on into freezer, and that is so detrimental. Your hold just completely collapses from there.
Yeah, and so once again we see ATK going up against the Monty, just not able to respond, not able to answer back, and so MERAKI, they're just going to be like, all right, we'll pick it up again. Here it is. third time in a row now as ATK defend the bomb site, third floor once again. And you have to think that they know the Monty's coming out. For sure, there's absolutely no doubt that he's being picked up again. So they need some sort of a response. Something has to come out. Something has to change in the way ATK are playing right now to be able to take him out this time around. So they have the Smoke, the Mute, the Jaeger, and the Legion this time in the Echo. So they need to play in a different way, I think. They need to change things up a little bit and actually play against this Monty and try to move him off the board as soon as they can, because he has proven to be quite the bastion there, being able to just be annoying in the fact that you can stare at him as much as you like, but ultimately he's not going to go down unless you find a way around his barrier, his shield, his immovable object.
Yeah, what I'm seeing at the moment from ATK is just some galaxy brain play, because traditionally they play a 20-second meta. Okay, sure. Meraki Gaming, they were able to counter that in previous rounds because they were able to read into it and go for a rush strat essentially. But now realizing that as well, they take the Legion, and that is the big one, because Legion is what he essentially does is once you place out a Legion trap in a certain area, even if it does no damage, even if you just step on it, you take it out. One, it gives information, and two, it delays you. So having that information on the operator and being delayed, you're kind of stuck in one angle. So I really like this pick on the Legion coming out from ATK. That's what I would have hoped they did, and they did it. So I hope this works out pretty well for them. Or the double play there. The Echo.
They're trying to work in tandem here. This is a pretty good team. ATK, they realize that they have to deal with this. So a little bit of teamwork trying to be employed here to take him out. So far, it hasn't worked. And I mean, Monty hasn't taken that much damage. He stepped on the Legion mine, sure, but they know he's there already. It doesn't matter. Torso, what is that? He's just going to pull out his SMG-11, take down SADW, and that's a lot of damage done right there. The Ash also trying to be found as well. Nitrocell not going to connect. It is going to be James coming out with RX. There he goes. So that's the Monty finally down. It's going to be Reds and King, so trying to bring this one back. So finally, ATK, they bring it together.
Yeah, that is the power of trigger discipline. He knew he could get one kill, but because he waited, he was able to get a double, and that right there is what's going to win them this round. If they can hold sight, which at the moment it's not looking like it, but no, Jaeger does answer back now. Hibana left last live, but Gorza gets the final kill with the British shotgun in hand, one pump to the body.
Wow, well, that's exactly what ATK needed to get themselves some critical rounds there in this half, because right there, it wasn't looking fun at all. Fighting against a Monty 3 times in a row and failing twice is not very great. It's not a good feeling. But ATK, I mean, if there's any team that can overcome that sort of feeling, that can really get their minds back into the game and just take what they need, it's going to be ATK, and they've done so. They've managed to get themselves a third round there, so it's even now going into the second half as ATK are now on the attack, and yeah, well, I know exactly where we're going. Can you guess?
We are going to red stairs.
I'm sure we are. There's very little doubt in my mind. The percentage chance that ATK are not going to be dropping into red stairs is pretty low in my opinion. So it is going to be that third floor defense coming out there, and yeah, we'll see how this one unfolds for Meraki on this defense.
I think genuinely you could write a bot to just do what ATK does on the attack of Cafe. Drop red. If player in new balcony, push new balcony. If player in cigar lounge, push cigar lounge. That's it. That is it.
Oh, don't forget thermite blow open the wall at the top of the stairs.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Just some more parameters. Just makes it even easier to win.
Yeah, exactly. It is. It is going to be SADW putting those mute jammers down there to stop exactly what we were talking about from happening. So at least they are prepared for this attack from ATK. But let's see if it matters. We are going to be a very interesting lineup here. We're going to be seeing Maverick and Jackal coming out there for JMS and Gosa respectively, and it is going to be Sophia, Hibana, and IQ for KNS6 and Ventus.
Yeah, so already opening up these hatches, ATK, they are doing what we expected. However, notably, no Thermite on the board. Sorry, Thermite's been banned. Dummy.
Thermite has indeed been banned. I guess we let that one slip a little bit. It is going to be the Hibana, though, coming out there in place of that. IQ going to be doing, or trying to do some work here through the window, trying to clean out some utility on the defense. But yeah, so far we're going to be seeing that drop down into red stairs. There it is, classic.
Yeah, so at the moment, poised to take control of Cigar. 3 players dropping into red, but this Echo Drone is feeding
That
a
was a
lot
good
of information.
angle for the Echo Drone. He knows exactly what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, he's relaying that info to both the Jaeger and the Mute, so they know they need to worry about it, but not right now. They don't need to worry about that right now, because they know they are being held. That Echo Drone is just feeding the information that they are safe, so they can worry about something else. So if that something else happens in the form of Leventis currently on this rappel, he will essentially be in a 1v2 where he expects his team to make it essentially a 3v2. But now, from the flank, Reds gets the kill, but Leventis answering back with a kill onto Mute. No, Muting's wide, he gets the kill.
Yeah, right now we're sitting on a 3v4 here. Make that a 1. As Reds and RX do the work, and there comes the rest of it. Going to be taking around 7. Very well played.
That was just impeccable. Oh, that was a sweet double. Just the quick headshot onto the Ibana, followed up by the spray onto the Zofia. Locks out the round for his team, and now in a 4-3 man count, with the inherent advantage of being on the defensive side, Meraki Gaming are in the lead.
Yeah.
Actually heading to Reading Room and Fireplace now as the secondary bomb site, not opting to go for Kitchen down below. Once again, we see Meraki with these obscure picks. I mean, we saw them go lobby on Consulate as well. Now heading to Reading Room and Fireplace, which, sure, it's not that uncommon of a site, but to take it as your secondary bomb site when Kitchen is available, that is quite weird.
Well, you know, there is a bit of a toss-up. You know, we've been... Obviously, the site that I personally prefer and I personally like to see, I think it's a better site overall. But some teams do feel more comfortable or stronger on this particular site here on second floor in Reading Room. So, I mean, it is a toss-up. We've seen some teams go for this one, some teams go for that one. At the end of the day, it is personal preference. So, you know, obviously, Meraki, they're going to be feeling a little bit more comfortable on this end, evidently. Yeah, so let's see if they can put up a good defense. I mean, they've done so well so far. They're in the lead at the moment, and they're looking to continue that.
Yeah, just quickly, they don't have as strong as a Halty and Cocktail as ATK did, and I think that might work out pretty well for them because that means they can expend a lot of utility down below as well. So it's kind of a 50-50 split where ATK did maybe something like an 80-20, putting a lot of utility in that Cocktail area, which I like this play from Meraki, playing it safe, realizing ATK, they are an efficient team. You're not going to be able to hold on to that Cocktail area for too long.
Yeah, that certainly is the case. So we are going to be seeing ATK towards the map, getting inside towards that building. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw them dropping into the red stairs once again, taking the third floor control before moving down. Yeah, that's sort of the standard right now. Nothing too crazy going on otherwise. We are just seeing them putting those pressure points on towards the map. They're opening up the hatches and making sure they've got lines of sight. There's Leventis. He's going to be able to take down SADW right off the bat.
I think he went for the run-out. I think he went... Yeah, because his body is outside. But RX answering back.
A bit of a failed jump out there, maybe trying to get a bit of spicy plays, but it isn't going to work. IQ going to get traded back though, so it is at least a 1-for-1. Man count is even so far, but yeah, I think defenders still have a little bit of an advantage here. We're going to be seeing ATK dropping into red stairs once again as per usual, and JMS going to be able to take down RX.
Yeah, that was a great play being held because the Nomad on the skylight held the rotate, and then the attackers dropped into new balcony, just completely locked out the Jaeger there. Great teamwork coming out now as 4-3 man count in favor of ATK. Looking to take control of the site. They've already got control of default plant, but Diffuser is actually in the hand of Styx, and he's playing kind of aggressive here at this white stairs. I mean, white hallway.
Yeah, we'll see if anything comes from that right now. Angle being... But Gorsa is going to be the one who takes down Kingsto, and ooh, bit of damage going down to the Zofia, but it doesn't come through to a kill. So right now, the defense, they're on the back foot. Also going to go down to Reds, though, but it's still a 2v4. Zofia is down, though, can probably pick himself back up. Will be Reds by the teammate. There is JMS. That is Diffuser, you're right. It's a 1v2.
And I was going to say, just based off basic game knowledge, they probably knew the Zofia was down, so the other one was going for the heal. He probably knew where the last two were, but unfortunately not able to pick up the Zofia as the final kill. Does lose it out, so ATK, they take that round, leveling it out once again into a 4-on-4 round count.
Yeah, ultimately, knowledge is only half the battle to win the gunfights, and obviously that's not what happened. So it is going to be evening things out once again, and please tell me we see the Tachanka. We have to see this Tachanka. Please bring it out. I beg you. I beg you. Don't sixth pick this away. Give us
please pull the Uno. No.
It isn't going to be the Tachanka. We're going to be seeing that sixth pick into the Echo, but we are going to be seeing the Alibi, which is interesting because those mind games we've seen a couple of times coming out here. I think it was against ATK as well when this comes into play. So this could be very interesting to see here. You can do some interesting things with Alibi. Obviously, a lot of the high tier players are very quick on the trigger, and if they see even just the smallest bit of what they think is an enemy, they'll pull that trigger, and of course that's exactly what you want from an Alibi, because that'll give their positions away immediately. So this could be pretty spicy here for Meraki, but yeah, they're changing things a little bit up to see if they can come out on top. We are also seeing a little bit of a spicy change up from the side of ATK in the form of that gridlock for a bit of extra pressure on the map.
Yeah, so definitely a very expanded roam hold being held at the moment. I mean, it's a bottom floor hold, but there are a lot of players off-site just in these hallways as well, rotating to the top floor now. So yeah, I'm excited to see how they're going to hold this.
Yeah, it is a second floor defense, I think. Yeah, it does look like it. So going to be trying to pull off the same sort of things as the previous round this time, but maybe this time going for a little bit of a change. They were very close to getting the W in the previous round, so yeah, we'll see if it comes through for them this time.
Yeah, RX actually down below on the Alibi. If he goes for a run out here, he could easily net himself some kills, because look at this Leventus where he's currently repelling. He's extremely vulnerable to a run out here from RX, so I hope this does come through. But when the collapse is coming on site, you can't really go for a run out. You've got to get back to site. RX now finally does go for it, but there's no one to get.
Yeah, that is unfortunate there. Red's going to be able to take down. It is 1-for-1. ATK managing to pull the trigger there on Echo, who goes down as well. He's down but not out just yet, but right now ATK are looking to keep themselves in this one. Oh, a nice clutch right there from Doc, going to be able to res the Echo from a distance there, so he will still be able to utilize those cameras. Now Meraki Gaming has to keep the hold onto this one, not let ATK run away with it. It could be potentially disastrous if they lose a grip on this one, so they're trying their best to keep it under control. Can they do it?
Yeah, I mean, the main contention point now is Cocktail and Bar, but the side is down below. Even if Meraki Gaming loses control of this top floor area, maybe decides to rotate, they've still got sight, but oh, the tight angle being held by Maverick, assisted by the drone there. Does get their headshot on King SO now, levels it out kind of in a 3v2, but Cobras answering back now, a 3-to-3 man count.
Yeah, SMG11 coming out there, and we've seen these sort of top tier teams be able to utilize the SMG11 to quite some mastery, which is very nice to see. I really love it. It's quite spicy to see them just whip it out and get some really great kills with it. So yeah, it is going to be a 3-on-3 right now. Meraki still being able to evenly take control, but yeah, we have to see the next couple of moments here, because there's only 30 seconds left on the clock, and ATK, they have to make something happen here. They have to get themselves towards the site, and there goes the diffuser. Hibana getting taken down. It's ATK on 2 players in a 2v3 with 23 seconds left on the clock. Time is slipping away.
ATK just staring into the heavens, knowing they need to drop, but eventually they come from the stairs, and now in a 2-on-2, the diffuser is getting planted. Zofia gets the first kill onto the smoke there. Cobras is dropped, now holding the rotate, but the Valkyrie wins out the gunfight. Oh, sorry, the Alibi.
Whoa.
Now in a 1-on-1. Alibi low on HP. Hibana rotates into Laundry. Now just holding their backs. No, the rotates need to come out, but the headshot from RX. The Alibi clutches it out, and that's the round for Meraki Gaming, off of what seemed almost unwinnable for Meraki Gaming.
Yeah, like you said, that looked almost unwinnable there. I mean, RX was HP still manages to win the gunfight out in a 1v2, clutches the round out, so that's going to be Meraki Gaming taking round 9, and well, in a very interesting fashion there. Well played for RX, and GG, of course, to Meraki for being able to take that one. So it is going to be round 10 as we go into it, with Meraki in a lead, in a slight lead for now. We'll see if they can keep it going. They are very close. Another win will mean match point for them.
Yeah, so at the moment, Meraki Gaming definitely answering back to ATK. Might head to that map 3. That will be Clubhouse, if I'm not mistaken, but heading to Bar Cocktail now. Meraki Gaming will try and push themselves to that map 3. ATK, they want to stop that, and they might just stop that with the Montaigne.
It's funny there because Kosa actually teased the Montaigne before he picked the Buck. Then he picked the Buck, and then Six picked back into the Montaigne. So it's potentially just a little bit of mind game. Seeing that third floor defense coming out from Meraki. So the question is, can ATK utilize the Monty as well as Meraki could utilize them? Because Meraki, they were able to win 2 rounds out of the 3 that they pulled the Monty out. They were able to win 2 of those. So we'll see if ATK can utilize it to the same effect, or if potentially Meraki Gaming are a little bit more prepared for it.
Yeah, I mean, if you run a strat, you know what the counter is. Always say that. I mean, if you don't know how to counter your own strat, you don't know what to expect. So having run that Monty, I do believe they know how to counter that, but they don't even know it's on the board at the moment. It was 6-picked. They don't know the Monty is on the board, so unless they maybe spotted out in these drones now, they have no reason to believe that it's on the board. So at the moment, this setup will not be, well, it won't be dedicated to cater to a Monty.
Yeah. So right now they still have that element of going for them, but it's how they utilize spotted out walking down the hallway. That's really going to give the game away. But if they can manage to just drop the Monty onto the site, get them in without them realizing what's going on, they might be able to get the plant down before they can wipe anything out of their eyes and see the bomb.
That's the counter for a Monty. Echo drone and smoke canister.
Yeah, that's exactly it. He's going to be taking a little bit of damage there from the smoke. So they already know he's on the board now as well, so no surprises coming there. And he's just going to be blocked out from the stairway with those smoke canisters there. So that's already all of that element of surprise gone. All of the potential value of that also gone. The vent is also going to be taken down as well by Reds. So right now, ATK, yeah, they don't really have too much to work with yet. They're going to have to readjust and reassess their approach on this one.
Yeah, so at the moment, Meraki Gaming realizing they've got ATK kind of...
Ooh, bit of a flank coming up, yeah?
Yeah, this could definitely net something for them because they're not ready for this.
Exactly
the Monty
what
is
they
down.
needed. There it is. Beautiful stuff from RX. The perfect flank coming out there, able to take down the Monty and what looked like, I think it was James there on the Maverick there. Perfect. I cannot say anything other than that. That was just exactly what they needed to take him down. It's going to be Canis and Styx left alive in a 2v5 right now. Meraki looking to get themselves a perfect round.
Yeah, I mean, thus far it definitely has been perfect. Just the team play has been impeccable for these guys. Now as well, the Echo drone stunning out the Zofia. Zofia doing damage onto Kubras, but he can just spot his arm now in a 1v5 as Kubras gets the kill. A flawless round, as you said.
There it is.
From Meraki.
Meraki pull out the flawless round, and I mean, I have to give props where it's due. RX, I believe, with the perfect flank, they're coming out and really just shutting down. I mean, that's exactly what you were talking about. If you play a strat, you know it's counter. And right there, ATK, they weren't able to really achieve the counter. They were able to just adjust themselves and sort of try and answer back. But on the side of Meraki, they know the counter, and as soon as they spotted the Monty on the stairs, the Echo and the smoke were on it, stopping him from pushing through. And while that was happening, while the Monty was bottlenecked up on the staircase, they had a rotate coming through almost immediately, and that rotator slowly made his way towards the staircase. They were not ready for it, and he was able to take them all out. And that was basically the turning point of the round. As soon as that happened, ATK didn't have a chance.
Yeah, so Meraki Gaming now on match point in what looks like a mirror of the previous round as a 6-4 round count. But we can't write ATK off just yet.
Yeah, you never can.
So let's see what happens. Just quickly, Patch, you are kind of like cutting out intermittently. Your mic just for like 1 or 2 seconds every now and then, like once around, keeps cutting out. So maybe if you know what to do about that.
Alright, I'll see if I can fix that one up. Sorry about that.
Door barricaded!
So MERAKI Gaming with a very loose setup here on this kitchen area. See the rotate once again into that bakery area, being supported by King SO as well as Kubras, the Jaeger and Wamai combo. As well SADW and RX. Actually, the mute castle combo is quite usually a very overlooked one, because with that mute jammer behind castle barricade, you can't really use any remotely detonated explosives to take care of it. You kind of have to rely either on that sledge or on maybe, I don't know, a Zofia charge or even a nade to take it out. So this hold here behind the shield in bakery will definitely be staying up for quite some time. I mean, look at that double Jaeger ADS setup as well, joined by that Jaeger, Magpie from Wamai. So
I still think it's funny that those are called magpies.
yeah.
Like, it does it, it's like, you know, you have Jaeger ADSs, which are like literally advanced defense systems or something like that. It's like you have, okay, so that makes sense. It's a defense system, cool. But magpies? Like I don't associate magpies with a thing that sucks stuff out of the air. I don't know. I don't know about you, but a little bit not really intuitive. Red's immediately going to be able to take down Torsa and put themselves in a good position. So that's MERAKI with the best foot forward in the round. And I mean, the round barely has even begun.
Yeah, that was a very quick kill coming out from the defenders of all things, because the defensive team getting an opening kill, it basically, it guarantees the roam clear just stalls out, but MERAKI Gaming, they won Cafe, ending it
That was such a
off.
quick, flawless round. What?
Yeah, that was honestly unbelievable. I think that was a minute flawless round.
Never seen ATK go down so quickly. That was, wow. I'm sort of stunned after that. That was just MERAKI playing that one flawlessly. I mean, flawless round from them to finish things off, and they take map 2 in a very convincing fashion. And I mean, I am so keen to see map 3 right now. I need to know who wins this, because wow. I mean, this is like, you know, we were talking earlier in previous matches that we were casting about how ATK had only really gone down to Frantic 6. And of course, they did that again. But now we see MERAKI rising to the challenge. And I mean, it looks like a lot of teams have taken this challenge seriously. They're like, okay, ATK, you wanna fight? Let's go. Let's bring our best. Let's bring our A game. And yeah, they've really raised the bar, because teams are really performing now.
Yeah, before MERAKI did, I mean, that last round, 1 minute flawless, that was something to behold. But yeah, thank you so much for joining the second map. We will be heading into a third in just a few minutes. Be sure to stay close to your screen, as we will be back in a few minutes. So thanks so much for watching. We will be heading to a break and a quick intermission. Thanks so much for watching. Be back now.
Yeah, stay right there. See you in a bit.
Hello and welcome back to map 3 of ATK versus MERAKI Gaming. It's the first quarterfinal of esports factions Rainbow Six Rivals. We will be heading to Clubhouse as the third and final map, which it should be a pretty good one. I mean, ATK and MERAKI, they've been matching each other 1-for-1. ATK took the first map 7-4, that was Consulate. MERAKI Gaming answering back, taking a Cafe 7-4. So yeah, let's head straight into Clubhouse.
Yeah, let's get into it. Just like you said, it's been such a back and forth answer 1-for-1 every single time. But I mean, that's exactly what it's been. The first map was 1-for-1 until ATK came out ahead, and then the second map was MERAKI Gaming 1-for-1 until they came out ahead. Exactly the same fashion, 7-4 and 7-4 for both of those maps. So yeah, I'm super keen to see what we get here for map 3 on Clubhouse. And I'm really keen to just get straight into it. So of course we're going to be seeing that Thatcher getting banned, taken off the board. Obviously, we didn't really expect much else at this stage. The real question is who's going to be the next ban. We have seen, I think it is Monty being used.
Hey,
yeah, there it is. Getting taken off the board as well.
Actually,
That's a pretty standard one. We've seen ATK utilize. I think it was ATK at least utilize that on this map very well. So obviously that taken off the board. They don't want to see none of that.
I mean, kind of strange though, I find that Monty ban, because MERAKI Gaming used it to greater effect than ATK in that previous matchup, so MERAKI Gaming actually being the one to ban that, I find quite strange. But Kate being the ban, that's basically just to counter the main wall holds as well, being joined by a Maestro ban as the final one. Pretty default ones, aside from that Cade really.
Yeah, I think, you know, just to sort of talk about that point, like the Monty, I think ATK, you know, they realized that they could use it on well, MERAKI realized they could use it against ATK on Cafe, and ATK didn't really know how to pick it up in response. But I think MERAKI do know that ATK do know how to pick up Monty on this map. So I think instead of just giving the chance for them to be a whole Monty fest on the board, they just take it away, make sure that, yeah, okay, maybe we know how to use it as well, but we know for a fact that ATK can as well, and we don't want to give them the ability to do that. So obviously MERAKI feeling pretty confident going into this one without the Monty. No real problems there. They're going to be picking themselves up pretty standard attack lineup here. And yeah, I'm keen to see what happens.
Locate and defuse bombs.
Yeah, so ATK will be starting on defense, heading to CCTV and cash room. It's their primary bomb site. They have the bandits to deal with the main wall, as well as the Jaeger and Wamai combo, as well then the smoke and the Legion to delay the pushes coming out from MERAKI Gaming. So a pretty linear setup. You see the deployable shields being placed out, and yeah, let's see what they can do with this hold.
Yeah, so we see a lot of play around this sort of garage area, where we saw a lot of the Monties being used. I mean, that's pretty much the spot where you really wanted to be. We've seen them
10 seconds
employed here in a very interesting way. And obviously now that Monty's off the board, this hold can be a lot more powerful for the defense, because one of the key elements of being able to attack this site with that strat is the Monty being right there in the window or door. So with that gone, they're going to be able to hold this one pretty strongly, I think. And it's up to MERAKI to find their way into this one.
Yeah, so let's see what the attackers can do as they now start to spawn in, looking to take control of this main balcony area. What'd you say?
We also need full screen.
No, I actually did. I for once I remembered.
Ah, well done.
Yeah, that was a pretty big one.
I'll shout back at the admins. Tell them they got their facts wrong. All right, well, that being said, we're going to be seeing MERAKI moving up here towards the reinforced wall of CCTV, and that's going to be the Maestro just popping it right open at the bottom there, enabling them to get a little bit of a sneaky, cheeky peek onto the feet.
Yeah, looks like Bandit might try and Bandit trick that. No, he will fall off. Looks like King SO will have free reign over that main wall. Maverick just opening that up, helping out his team, and now the main thermite charge coming out on the wall. Exothermic charge placed, and it should go off in the next few seconds. But on the other side of the map, we see Sledge here kind of in a loose engagement here with the Jaeger, just waiting each other out as well. See this, well, the rest of the players are actually on site really. No real hold in either master bedroom or construction, as Red seemingly realizes that. Hibana now pressuring into this construction area, probably locking out those rotates out of cash.
Yeah, right now there's a very powerful hold coming out here from ATK. They're not really budging from the site, but there's a lot of hard reaching
Oh,
Kane is getting one. Red's able to fire back, taking out Leventus, but does take a lot of damage in return. The main wall is blown open by that exothermic charge, but we're going to be seeing ATK with the man advantage right now.
yeah, the smoke is definitely a big one to lose early on, but on the other side of that, Slage and Zofia are pretty big ones to lose. That's all of your soft breach gone. So now,
on his HP.
yeah, that as well. I mean, a pea shooter can take him down at the moment. So at the moment, King Eso is starting to open up from down below, it seems. Nades coming out from Koberasa there on the Maverick. One player still holding in that catwalk area as well. Well, a triple kill coming out from Canis. He's still on the flank. A triple for him on the round. All 3 kills for his team has been off of the back of Canis. So holding this main breach as well now. Might get that kill onto Kobras, the Maverick. As well, Reds is on 1 HP, so this is not looking too likely for Meraki Gaming, but as I say that, Kobras answering with a kill onto Sticks, kind of opening up an avenue onto site, but still, Reds on solo HP, 15 seconds on the board, starting to pressure into site now. Kobras does get one. The double kill, however, the double kill for him, but finally the Legion just swinging wide, getting the final kill, a double for JMS on the round, answering back and locking out the round.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just like I said, this hold is quite powerful. ATK, they know how to use it, and obviously with no Monty to attack it, Meraki Gaming, they're going to fall flat on this one, and ATK walk away, with the first round there on the board for themselves. So that's some great stuff there. Looks like we're going to be finding ourselves going to the basement next if they keep this one, which could be quite interesting there. The basement is a very interesting side to defend there. And yeah, let's see how they set it up, and let's see how Meraki attack.
Yeah, so Church Arsenal is one of those where, with the hard breaches on the board, well, all 3 hard breaches are on the board, you've got a lot to play with. I mean, you can open up Dirt Tunnel, you can open up one of the 3 hatches, you can push down mainstays and open up Church Wall, you can push Oil Pit and push into the Blue Wall. There's just so much you can open up, and so much variations in the attacks that can be attempted on this bottom floor. So I want to see what Meraki decides to do here, and as well on the flip side of that, how ATK decides to defend this, because if you look at the operator lineup, they don't have any hard breach denial. Sure, you've got the mute, but I mean that's kind of the worst of the bunch.
Yeah, we'll see what happens in that respect. We'll see if any of the interesting things come out here. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be ATK and Meraki have got some very interesting gaming history here made today against one another. So I'm sure we'll be seeing some interesting stuff happening here. It is only a matter of time as the droning phase comes to an end, and we see Meraki Gaming beginning to move their way towards the map and start their attack.
Just taking it slow for now, checking for those runouts, making sure each and every angle is open. Looks like Thermite will be starting off with Dirt Tunnel, opening that up. As well, Hibana making quick work of entering into stock, already opening up the blue hatch.
Yeah, it's a very quick work here, opening up those rotation holes, opening up those hatches, making sure they can get inside towards the bomb site. Drone work is being done as well, making sure all the good spots are clear. No one's waiting on the flank there, trying to catch them from behind. So now the question of the matter is, when do Meraki pull the trigger, and how does ATK respond?
Yeah, I mean, ATK, they're just, well, from what I'm seeing at the moment, they're just holding on to site. Sure, you've got Corza here on this top garage storage, but actually he's pushing on. He could maybe go for this flank on the plane. Oil Pit, however, does get spotted by the drone. Probably wise to start falling back. But SADW almost catching the player on the rotate on this bottom stairs area. However, Corza with the first kill now, he gets the Hibana situated on top of stock stairs, stock hatch.
Yeah, that's the first frag in their favor. They're working towards taking the round for themselves, and with Hibana off board, it's down to the rest of Meraki to make their way towards the bomb site. And ATK are just quite content to sit here and hold the site as best they can. Oh, look at this position here coming out from, I think that was Torsa, I'm not sure. Yeah. No, yeah, it was Torsa. He able to take down Kingstone, and that's going to be another one.
Oh, a triple for him. A quad! He has the diffuser!
He does not care. He's like, yo, we need to win this one, lads. We need to win this one. It's map 3. We need to make sure we take this. ATK, they take their own flawless round and they pull that trigger right back and say, if you want to fight, you've got it.
Yeah, so that was genuinely off the back of Causa. He got the first there on the stock stairs, and then just decided, no, I'm not done. I was droned out. Anyway, I'm just gonna win the gunfights, and he did. So great play there from him. A 4K from him on the round. So let's see what they can do heading to gym and bedroom now as their third bomb site.
Yeah, bedroom and gym is an interesting one to see coming out from ATK always because they have a nice hold on this. I like to see it. I always do. They basically make this one big kill box. We talk about it every time. They just open the whole wall up between the bomb sites and they make it just one big room, and then they play around that. So I'm sure we'll probably be seeing that coming out from them once again. But yeah, they have a very interesting take on this one, and it's actually quite a powerful one as well.
Yeah, so let's see what they can do with this site as smoke starts opening up this kill box. We've seen ATK play this type of setup quite a lot actually, where they open up just the entire wall between master bedroom and gym and then just play the remote angles here from this cache area. So I like the setup coming out from ATK. It's quite traditional one for them. So obviously then you have the fear of MERAKI Gaming having seen them play this before, maybe reacting to that setup, maybe having prepped something up for this. So let's see what happens with this.
Well, I mean, yeah, it would be interesting to see what they have, if they have prepped for this, because, I mean, what else do you do other than just a traditional attack towards the side and hope you can manage to just wipe everyone out before you have to plant the bomb, because, you know, ultimately that's what it comes down to. You don't really want to find yourself in that kill box, and so it really comes down to you just wanting to take out as many of the defenders as possible before you get your way on inside.
Oh.
There's James going to go down. SADW going to be pulling the trigger very quickly there, so that's a good one.
That was
MERAKI.
That was onto, I believe, if I'm not okay, no, it was not. I had thought that was onto Dirt Tunnel. That would have been quite exceptional, but actually now Kane is rotating into Dirt Tunnel. He could go for this kill onto the players currently situated in Jacuzzi. He opens up this single melee hole. Somehow Kubra spots that. Probably has a 1440p monitor. I would not have spotted that.
Oh my word, this man has eagle eyes right there. Kane is getting absolutely punished there, trying to get a little spot on towards the attackers there. So really well played. MERAKI Gaming are really showing up in a big way here. They are proving that they are very, very capable players here on this team.
Yeah, and once again, that is another kill coming out from MERAKI. Three kills now on the board. So Leventus here trying to play aggressive because they have to do something now. They can't just sit and wait. MERAKI have made such quick moves and they just continue to do it, answering back with a flawless round after ATK's previous flawless round.
Wow. This is really some great gameplay we're seeing coming out here today. Like, there's nothing other to say other than to see some great gameplay coming out here. Both of these teams just showing their exceptional skill and ability, and yeah, really just pulling off some great stuff. I mean, just the ability to, the mindfulness to be able to just swivel immediately on the Jaeger in dirt tunnels there, making a tiny single hole there, just immediately taking him out through the wall is just a testament to the level at which the teams are clashing right now.
Yeah, I mean, oh, that was really quick. that was a really quick collapse coming out from them. So I didn't actually catch the bomb site. However, it should be cache. Yes, it is. Now able to rotate back to it. Look at the operator lineup quickly. I believe this is the exact same one we saw the previous time they held cache.
Yeah, I don't see any differences there, so it looks pretty much the same. And yeah, we're gonna be seeing ATK trying to take the defense on this side once again. Should be able to pull it off. It is one of the strongest sides for them at least. Although I would have said the same thing about the gym and bedroom, and we saw ATK just get flawlessly taken down on that one. So I'm sort of questioning this now. I think MERAKI definitely has the potential to take this one and actually win this one overall.
Yeah, so this ATK, sure, you've got the round lead, but Meraki Gaming, they did answer back very effectively on that previous round. So I want to see if that was maybe just a fluke, maybe they're just good on the one attacking the one bomb site. But yeah, let's see how they start to take this.
Yeah, I don't know, Meraki, they've been proving themselves pretty good here, so I mean, I don't really think it's much of a fluke. They have some real good skills, some real good potential here, so yeah, I mean, I think they definitely have the ability to do this if they play their cards right. So we're gonna see if that happens. We're gonna see ATK trying to defend this one in a similar way. They're opening things up, they're getting that garage defense going, and Canis here on the rotate there. It's gonna be Sticks taking down Cobras though.
That's the Maverick on, that's a pretty big one. He's only made 2 small holes.
Yeah. It's not going to be very much of an in here. It's going to be difficult.
The run out.
He just gets taken down. They're also going to be able to cash that one in, and now ATK on the best foot. They could be here going into this round, and it's a 3v5. Meraki have to be able to get something done here. Otherwise, they're going to have to find themselves a different way into this.
Yeah, I mean, already they have to take a different way because Hard Breach is off the board and they didn't really accomplish anything. So you've either got to go through construction or take control of Catwalk. There's no other way onto this bomb site.
Yeah, that's taking away a lot of their options. So they're trying to attack this side as best they can, trying to get in a couple of angles from below, trying to make things happen. But I mean, right now they really are sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place, and as the time is slowly ticking away, this could certainly work into their favor, but Stick's gonna go down to red with some great spray down there through the wall. Maybe 3 to 4 at least, closer to even things out for Meraki.
Oh my word. Leventus, you are a madman. That 180 flick there from the smoke, just one pumping the ash after jumping on into side. A great play there for him. And I think that's just enough to win this round, because now you don't have the pressure onto the side anymore. You've just got one from down below and one playing in construction. You don't have that pincer movement anymore. And as I say that, Korza almost goes for the run out, so he contemplated it there. Might have been able to catch SADW off guard, but nonetheless, JMS does get the kill. So now RX left last life. He's holding this angle onto the stairs where the Legion is currently playing. Legion swings wide, but a 180 from RX gets the kill. The trade is good. Getting spotted out by the cam. There's a player still in Catwalk. That will be Korza on the Wamai. Now RX left in 1v2. 18 seconds left on the clock. He doesn't have the diffuser. He needs to pressure up these stairs as he... Oh...
Crossfire is good. ATK, they take it out and they win round 4 and take a pretty good lead for themselves here. So ATK, they're doing some work right now. They need to win this one if they want to take the W, and they know they can't let it slip. They have a reputation. They have their goals. They need to make sure they win this one. Otherwise, Meraki are going to take this one out from under them, and they're going to be super disappointed.
Yeah, Meraki, I don't know, they kind of faltered very early on in that. Losing the Maverick was already kind of a nail in the coffin. Even then losing the Thermite from the run out, that was just the confirmation that you were not winning that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's a tough situation to be in, and I mean, we've seen Meraki bring hard breaches before, so it's interesting to see that they only brought the Maverick and I think it was a Thermite.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, that was interesting. You know, you need to be able to...
Okay.
Wait, Valkyrie gonna be doing a bit of a dance. It looks like we will need to re-host this one, unfortunately.
Yeah, Stick's currently on 4,000 ping.
Yeah, so we will have to leave and just get that one set up for you, but we will be right back momentarily, so just give us a second while we get that re-host done and dusted.
Yeah, Valkyrie is just completely on another level right there. But yeah, that will be the re-host. So we will go to an intermission screen just quickly. We won't be too long, so stay stuck to your screen. We will be back shortly.
pretty spaghetti.
Okay, sorry for that, everyone. We are back, and without further ado, we'll just head straight into this because I want to get back into this match. ATK, they have the lead, but I don't know. Meraki Gaming, they've definitely got something in them. You can't write them off just yet.
Yeah, I mean, anything could happen. Like, they've showed us some great talents and great. We've seen a pretty much a very, very high tier game all around for every single map that we've seen from these teams today. So yeah, you can't count Meraki down and out just yet. And of course, we still have the next half to go through as well. So it's definitely lots of possibilities. Still very much on the board right now.
Yeah, so ATK once again heading to Church Arsenal like they did before the rehost, so at least respecting the pick there. On the side of Meraki Gaming, they did tease out the Glass. I'm sad to see it not picked. Glass is one of those ops I run in scrim matches. He is overlooked. Low-key overlooked operator.
Yeah, I mean, there are some definite benefits coming out from him, but ultimately a lot of the teams, they just don't want to pick him up, rather opting for the safer, more team-oriented sort of operators coming out there that they can play with. But yeah, ultimately we're going to be seeing, of course, that basement defense once again after we had before that rehost had to happen. And we're going to see how ATK approach defending this one. Obviously, they have played it, I think, once before in this match. So, yeah, we'll see if they can come out on top or if it's going to be Meraki answering back with another.
5 seconds remaining.
So the attack is now spawning in. Looking at the attack lineup quickly, they've actually opted to drop the Maverick, which they did in the previous one where before the rehost they did have the Maverick. So only going with the Hibana and the Thermite, quite a strange one because like we said previously, Church and Arsenal is one where you genuinely need as much hard breach as possible. You need to take dirt if possible, as well as the kitchen hatches, and then later if you want to pressure onto site, well, hard breaching, it really helps. So for Brass now already using his exothermic charge to open up the tunnel, as well droning it out now, establishing that there is a shield placed close. As well now, a stock hatch has been opened up by the Hibana, starting to open up kitchen hatch as well now.
Yeah, so those crucial hatches are being opened as the attacking team make their way towards the bomb site and look to try and get themselves in there, get that diffuser down, and get the frags. So far, no one's gone down just yet, and we're just waiting until Meraki decide to make some moves.
Yeah, Mute actually now pressuring up these stairs, and I don't think there's anyone close to him at the moment. He's kind of uncontested, so he could very possibly play this angle, but look at the Capital quickly. I think I just heard a Capital bolt coming out and just barely grazing Canis there, doing like 1 tick of damage. However, he's able to stay alive there. Pressuring onto the stock here, hatch now. The first kill does, however, come out from Canis. That's onto RX, the Jackal now off the board. A lot of utility actually off of the board. The smokes as well as just the tracking coming out from the Jackal. So definitely don't want to lose him early on. But now answered back by SADW, the kill into Styx. That's the Valkyrie off the board.
Yeah, at least those cams were able to go down at the very least. So they still have information that they could potentially glean here. Red's going to pull the trigger on to be able to take him down as they move towards the site. Getting onto there, putting a lot of pressure towards ATK, who have to try and make something happen while this diffuser does go down. Ooh,
oh, they've got a great crossfire here.
Yeah, that's going to be a very difficult one to get past. It's going to be Canis and Corsa to try and make something happen. And is it going to be enough? It doesn't feel like it. Corsa is the last one left in a 1v4. He has to do so much work. I'm sort of not feeling this one. There it is, Meraki. They're going to be able to take round 5.
Yeah, Meraki, what I saw there is they realized where the players were, and they realized, well, it's kind of free. We can hold the crossfire from them if we just push in. They did that. They held 1 player in blue and 1 player in moto drop down. So the players situated themselves. The sledge was bottom main stairs. Hibana dropped it down below, held the hallway, and then Capital from the stock hatch actually held a rotate of 2 players in blue. So just the crossfire there was absolutely impeccable, realizing the fault in ATK's lineup, just immediately reacting, and well, they won the round off of it. Heading to Church Arsenal now once again. ATK, let's see what they can do with this.
Yeah, and I mean, it's going to be a very, very interesting thing to see if we end 3-3 again, because that has been the case almost every time so far. It's been a 3-3 half that we've been seeing on pretty much every map here,
Attackers
every
need to
time. So
locate and defuse
yeah,
bombs.
we'll see if that happens once again. And if that does, I mean, I honestly don't even know who's going to come out on top at this point. We're just waiting for someone to pull ahead, someone to take great advantage, because right now it's just back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah, so one team will have to pull ahead eventually, even if it's on overtime match point. Someone has to win this round. Unfortunately, I mean, these teams have just been matching each other 1-to-1, so I really want to see where this ends up. But ATK, they still are in the lead. Church Arsenal now for the second time in a row. They can learn from the previous round, so I have some hopes from them here.
Yeah, they've
Attackers'
definitely
objective is to
shown up,
locate a
and
bomb and
you know,
defuse
both
it.
of the teams been performing really well. So yeah, we're just waiting to see what happens, what transpires now here on this match today. You can see Meraki, they start moving up towards the house. They're getting inside and starting that great droning, making sure they're checking all those angles, making sure they're getting in that information that needs to be got. And yeah, we're just waiting. It is going to be that basement defense there, of course, so we're waiting to see if it goes well for ATK or if they lose it once again.
Yeah, dirt tunnel now being opened up by Thermite, but smoke! Oh my word. If he swung the other way, he could have gotten the kill there easily, but Boars are now actually taking a lot of damage here. Top floor as well. RX getting the kill into Sticks. The Zofia just droning out blue, establishing there's, well, no one there. He just pushes in, he gets the kill onto Sticks. So now, Bonner actually taking a lot of damage from that Legion mine, but that is kind of minuscule when you look at the board where Sticks, he's been dropped.
Yeah, definitely not the way you want to start things out if you're ATK. It's going to be a little bit concerning here. We'll see if they can hold it out for a little bit longer. There's pressure towards the rotation calls here from Meraki Gaming as they make their way towards the site. And they are definitely keeping the pace going.
Oh.
Look at that swing. Canis able to take down one. Dorso also able to take down one. So that's two Meraki Gaming players off the board already. It's going to be a 4v4 here. What looked great for Meraki is slowly turned back in the favor of ATK. Let's see if they can keep the momentum going and bring it into this round. It's going to be 1 minute 25 seconds left on the clock. Who pulls the trigger now?
So they could do the same thing here, but the big thing is they still have side control. So what happened last time is Meraki Gaming, they had the exact same angles they were holding now. Well, Capital did get dropped now, but the big difference here is they've still got control of the main site as well as the offside angle. So Hibana does drop in, but that's exactly what I was talking about. The reason Meraki Gaming won that previous round is because Hibana dropped main hatch uncontested. Didn't happen this time. Legion locking it out, and that is the round going the way of ATK.
Yeah, done and dusted. ATK picked that one up with a lot more clean plays coming out from them than the previous round they saw. And I mean, just exactly, it happened exactly like you said. You know, Meraki were able to get a lot of free real estate when it came to the previous round. And this time around, they just didn't get it. So it's going to be 4 in the favor of ATK. And finally, ATK looking like they can definitely win this one. Of course, we are going to be seeing the next half, so it is going to be Meraki on that defense this time around. ATK going to be showing us what they can do on the attacking side here of Clubhouse.
Heading to Church Arsenal, it's their primary bomb site. See the Jaeger Wamai combo as well as the Valkyrie and the Echo to give a lot of information. The other side of the board, the Thermite being 6-picked off onto a Maverick. They are probably thinking it's going to be a CCTV hold, so dropping that Thermite's going to be a very detrimental.
Yeah, that one might be a little bit uncomfortable based on what they have to do, but they can certainly work with it. It's not the end of the world. Will be difficult, but I mean, they can do difficult. We'll see if that actually does become a detriment to them as the round continues on. But for now, we're going to be looking at how Meraki are setting up here on the basement. And yeah, we'll see if ATK can get some success like Meraki did in the first round, or if Meraki will be able to hold this site like ATK did in the round before.
Reinforcing all the hatches now. ATK, oh sorry, Meraki, they're on defense. I forgot of the split. Meraki Gaming reinforcing all the hatches, just locking everything out. Looking like a very strong hold coming out here. Notably, actually only one reinforcement onto the side of Church from blue. It's quite a strange one as well, actually. Valkyrie C4 being used to open up the rotate. No shotguns on the board, so I guess that makes sense, but still, that's definitely not a way you want to use a C4. especially the only one on your team.
Well, I mean, on the one hand, you know, they know for certain there's not going to be any Monty on the board, so you don't really need them C4 for that. Of course, it is going to be a little bit annoying if you're not going to, you know, not being able to to use that Nitro Cell for, you know, taking out a player by a window, whatever the case is. But I mean, if you're in basement, the chances of that are a little bit less. Of course, there is that the problem that you're not going to be able to take down anyone above you through the floor. But I mean, they're not running a pulse, and they're not really, obviously, not really looking to play in that sort of way. So instead of bringing out any shotguns, they just pick the Nitro Cell up on Valkyrie to be able to take that one out. Meanwhile, RX going to take down Corsa with 2 minutes still remaining in the round. That's gonna hurt.
Yeah, and pre-firing now into stock, probably giving away his position, but he drops JMS. I just want to show you guys this. He wallbanged and DBNO'd him. He doesn't know he's dropped, sure, but that is insane. The diffuser dropped on that. Actually, King SO on the Echo is able to give that call out that Maverick is in a DBNO state. So if they can't pick him up right now, actually getting the call now probably that he will get picked up. So back in a 3-on-3, but with 1 minute 30, you've already lost your Buck and your Zofia. As well, Echo just giving constant pings onto these players in stock. Sure, you've still got the Maverick and the Hibana to work with here, but 1 minute 20, you've suffered a lot already.
Yeah, that's so much damage done on the side of ATK that it's just going to be so difficult to bring this one back. Of course, MERAKI, they have plenty of health here, but Valkyrie has gone down to a great crossfire there, so it's a 2v3 technically, and I mean, we've seen people clutch on less health than this, so it's still definitely doable. ATK still have some power to utilize, but you know, if Kingso and Cobras can hit their targets, this is going to be a difficult one here for ATK.
Recharge is now being used to open up the floorboards. ATK, they have a lot of avenues onto site, as I believe the players now actually rotating. No, they're still sticking to that hatch. But actually, Dirt Tunnel is unreinforced. Leventus is going to see that, and he's going to open that with a breach charge. There's a very big oversight on the side of MERAKI Gaming, because if that was reinforced, they would not have been able to push in there.
Yeah, that's going to open another point of pressure that ATK can come through, and this might be to their detriment here because, you know, MERAKI Gaming not expecting it, but they're going to be able to take down Leventus anyway. Great drop down from Hibana, able to take him down as well, so they will be able to get the defuse down, but it's on Kings to try and make something happen. Here's the Echo.
Too far off.
Oh, he's not going to be able to get it. That's greatly unfortunate. The diffuser is planted. The Echo drone spotted out as well. And now Echo has so much work to do. I don't know if this is going to be possible.
Yeah, they know where he is. They heard those gunfire, gunfire. So diffuser being planted, 30 seconds on the board. He needs to clutch this, and he needs to clutch this quick. Maverick swinging into his angle, and he does get the kill.
Yeah, ATK going to pick themselves round 7. And, well... yeah, you saw it here, lads. This is going to be a successful attack here for ATK. They're able to bring it out, and yeah, it's just going to be 5 rounds for them, and 1 more is going to give points. So they've managed to pull themselves up a good lead here. ATK looking to close this one out and get that W.
Yeah, we were talking about these teams matching 1 for 1, but once one team pulls ahead, it's kind of over. And ATK, they have pulled ahead. 5-2 round count now. Sure, they're on attack. Probably not the best side here on Clubhouse, but still, with such a decisive round lead, they only need 2 on the board to lock this out and head to the semi-final. So, MERAKI Gaming, as they head to CCTV Cash Room, definitely feeling the pressure here.
Defenders, protect your
Yeah,
bombs.
it is very much down to this here, MERAKI. They need to find success. Otherwise, they're going to be in a very, very sad sort of state, because if they lose this, it's going to be difficult to bring yourself back, both, you know, in terms of just being able to defend it physically, but also in terms of the mental game. When you see your opponent on match point, things start to become a lot more dire, and that can either discourage a team or make them perform just super well. So right now, MERAKI, they need to find success here on this site here in CCTV, and they need to find it fast, because if they don't, this could very easily slip out of their fingers.
Yeah, so 5-2 now, ATK, they can easily win this, but MERAKI Gaming, if you look at their defensive lineup, they are bringing what I think is a trump card. Capcan. What we've seen from ATK thus far is a really effective roam clear, but Capcan is really one thing that can counter that, if you don't look out for those, he is placing them on site, however, which I don't think is the smartest of plays, but still, if one of these EDDs go off and catch a player of ATK off guard, that is a pretty big one.
Yeah, this, I mean, we'll see if that if it pans out like you say. Capcan can do a lot of damage if you're not looking out for that.
Hibana placed all of her Hibana charges without checking for a mute jammer. That is kind of poor. Oh, luckily, Causa saves his ass. Finally shooting out the mute jammer, now able to finally detonate it, so will get detonated. However, one of the players still unable to go off.
Yeah, I guess we'll see if that Capcan does come in clutch there for MERAKI. We have yet to see any of the ATK players run face first into that one, but I'm not sure if they'll be expecting it, so it could potentially still happen. We have Maverick here opening up the wall, main wall into CCTV, and his buddy
spots the
Capcan,
feet.
not Capcan, Captain Tau is going to be sitting here trying to find the feet.
Yeah, I believe he did spot Smoke's feet there, but now 1 minute 30 on the board. You've opened up main wall with the Maverick trick, as well you've got bottom floor presence where you can use your nades to take out from down below, as well Canis now, he's on the main balcony, so you've got a lot of angles here set up that you can make work for yourself. Oh, Smoke almost getting caught out by that nade, but actually the player on Catwalk now being completely flushed out. The Capitale Firebolts as well as Sticks on the flank does get the kill onto him. That is the dock dropped. Now really only the players left onto site, and one in a DBN. That's RX on the Jaeger. 416C Carbine is dropped, and a great nade coming out from JMS, but King SO reacting back with a 9x11 VSN.
Capcan actually jumping out there to try and get some shots in. Red's going to be taking shotgun to Torsa, taking him down, but the trades just trying to come through. James is going to get Red.
Oh my word.
The feet straight through the drone hole. That's RX taking down James, and now it's up to Canis and Sticks.
That's diffuser dropped with no player actually being able to pick it up. 20 seconds, you're not going to get that diffuser. Diffuser is lost, and now they can hold this play on Catwalk.
This is gonna be so difficult. I mean, almost
wins the gunfight though.
Against the Capcan, he has to win this one though. He has to win this one. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Sticks wins it.
Oh my word! Just takes the gunfight with the with the Capcan. Low ammo in the bearing, or sorry, not the bearing 9. I forget what that thing is called. Anyway, it's got a 20 round mag. He wasted about 15 on that Capcan. It was really aggressive to take that gunfight with the Jaeger, but eventually he does take and he does win it. So 80k now on match point 6-2.
Yeah, there it is. It's do or die, everything or nothing, and I mean 80k, they're ready to take it.
Looks like a contested site. That's a bit of a yikes. Basically, luck of the draw at the moment.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
They do get CCTV and cash, so luckily for them, they did not get lobby.
Yeah, I mean, at least they get CCTV and cash. I mean, the success on this site has been sort of varied, obviously, in the previous round. They didn't win it. Let's see if they can adapt to this one and sort of make it come back, make it work. Right now, I mean, they basically had that previous round. It was basically onto the Hibana who managed to get the clutch that they lost. So potentially, MERAKI could win this one if they tried.
Well, they are definitely trying. It's just if what they are trying is enough to beat out ATK. Well, MERAKI, they're actually investing a lot of utility here on this Catwalk area. We saw Captao actually smoking or firebolting it off the previous round. So, see what happens in this round. ATK actually running only 2 hard breaches this time. The Hibana and the Maverick. I mean, they did use it quite effectively in the previous round, but it's still kind of a gamble to only run the 2 of them. As well, I believe Captao droning out this garage area, looking to once again firebolt it off.
Players playing up there will be spotted, so they know that there's definitely presence up there from MERAKI. We'll see if they can flush it out last time, or if it'll go south. Now, of course, we're going to be seeing that Maverick once again, this main wall here in
Attackers drop the
CCTV,
diffuser.
and create some serious pressure up here for MERAKI to have to deal with.
Maverick starting to Maverick trick now. Still has a lot of flame left in his canister, so should be able to get this. He does start to Maverick trick, and that is the wall. So well done to the Maverick. As well, Captower starting to firebolt off
Located by attackers.
SADW on the dock here, but he's just not caring. He gets a kill for himself onto Sticks as well. RX actually getting the kill to, I believe, Leventus. Now getting stumped up by his teammate. MERAKI definitely doing well in this round, but RX now getting taken down by Causa. A 3 to 4 man count now.
Has been dropped.
Yeah, they've got it down right now. The nades are going back and forth. Canis is going to be able to take down Kingsto. Through that hold there in CCTV, being able to put a lot of pressure through there. He's just holding the angle right now. ATK managing to bring back the man counts in their favor, but that's going to be also going down. Cobras going to pick that one up.
Yeah, so now a 2v3 in favor of MERAKI, as Canis does get dropped by raids, and SADW on the dock on Catwalk peeks out and gets the kill.
Yeah, MERAKI don't let that one happen. They take it out from underneath ATK, and ATK, they have to fight another one if they want to get in and win this one.
Into round 10 now. MERAKI, I mean, they still need, I believe, 3 rounds in a row if they want to take this to overtime, which it is doable, but you're going to have to go to each and every site in your rotation, which it's not looking too likely.
Alright, so we're going to be seeing IQ, Ash, Maverick, Jackal, and Hibana coming out for ATK. And on the other side, it's Valkyrie, Echo, Jaeger, Wamai, and Legion. Now, we're going to be seeing the Maverick sick picked into a Thermite, interestingly enough. We're doing some good work on the Maverick, but obviously not too happy about it, trying to switch things up, bring out the Thermite instead, make some big holes, and yeah, well, let's see if they can bring it
Defenders,
through.
protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
So going to Garage, Church Arsenal now. Looking at the operator lineup, Jaeger will my combo both the Echo and the Valkyrie to give that intel, as well as the Legion to stop those pushes. So definitely a strong operator lineup. You see the players going for the hatches here up top.
And they're reinforcing the third tunnel.
Yeah, we saw ATK actually forget to do that, so looks like they are learning from their opponent's mistakes. Actually, no. That was MERAKI that did it.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb
Right.
and defuse it.
So here we begin. ATK make their way towards the site. And we'll see how this one pans out for MERAKI, who are on the basement defense. So it's had some limited success. They've had some wins and losses from there as far as I can remember. So this could swing both ways, but they have taken the mind to reinforce the dirt tunnels so that they don't get absolutely flanked from that side. Of course, the Thermite is on the board, but if the Thermite does get taken down, then they could potentially hold up all the sites. Some good success there, but of course if they can flush out the players and get the Thermite onto those walls, they can just blow them straight up and move in. So we'll see how they approach the site.
Valkyrie putting up some early pressure here in this billiards area, as well as bathrooms. However, now getting droned out, as well as Jackal pinged, so ripping the C4, probably expecting that push to come out, and it does. The Jackal pushing onto these stairs, the Valkyrie just at the perfect moment backing off, and now the Jaeger actually holding this angle.
The timing. Jaeger pushing up on this one, catching up the Jackal, but it doesn't matter because the Jackal with the fight. It's also going to be able to pick that one up. So wow, that's just that's a little bit of a fail there from RX. Unfortunately, he's not able to win the gunfight that he should have been winning. Oh, here's a Valkyrie trying to take the fight, tosses up the Nitrous, so it doesn't find any.
Somehow escapes though. The floorboards were opened up. They could have held his rotate, but no, he actually does escape with his life.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Moto hatch now being opened. I believe kitchen hatch is already opened. So while Thermite now actually pushing main stairs, he could go for this main wall into church. So it's looking like a very strong attack here coming out from ATK.
Yeah, ATK making it happen here.
Exit thermic charge. Does go off.
Yeah, there it is.
Ooh. He spotted the hand. He
No.
does. He does.
No, he spotted the hand.
He spotted the hand because he went on the drone. That is so unfortunate.
Staring at your phone, ladies and gentlemen, it could take you down, and Echo is gonna feel that one right there in the corner. He's gonna get taken down. James gonna clean that one up. So a really great spot out there, and ATK, they've got themselves a great man advantage. They're moving up, so ready for the pushes, and ATK, they clean it up nice and easy, taking that W.
Yeah, really well done to ATK. They're just locking out that map in a 7-3. They took control of that pretty early on. I mean, it was 1-for-1 in the first few rounds, but just ATK pulling ahead, winning it out in a great fashion.
Yeah, well played.
So yeah, that has been the first quarterfinal of the day. ATK taking the win over Meraki Gaming. So thanks so much guys for watching. There will be another quarterfinals hosted today on this very Twitch channel, Rainbow Six Siege Rivals. I do not actually know who the next teams are going to be. However, stick close to your screen. We will be hosting that shortly. This has been Kanye Diffuse and Patrick Fennick. Our links are currently on the screen. Head over to our YouTube channels as well as Twitch channels. Any last words you want to say?
No, that was just a really incredibly great game. See that one. Don't go anywhere. Stick around. We've got some more Rainbow Six coming your way. And yeah, cheers. We'll see you in a bit.